I love that. Jared's having technical difficulties at the moment. So let me be the first to welcome you to movie night.
Oh my god! Oh!
So tonight we're talking
My favorite moment in this entire. Maybe I should complicate this.
Wait, the intro wasn't playing?
No, what? No, no.
Okay, well, welcome to Comics League movie night. Like JJheat said, we're talking Dark Knight Rises, the weakest of the Nolan trilogy. What's up, Tevia? Drop in the comments your favorite parts of the movie. So we'll start with this. Nick is going to show up soon, but I figured JJheat and I can go ahead and get started. So this was the weirdest of the Dark Knight movies, because I feel like it's the one where Nolan kind of stopped trying, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like a lot of his like characterizations, like how he characterized Talia, was horrible. To a certain degree, how he made Bane a simp for Talia was horrible.
But the Talia characterization was not that bad. Talia herself was not that bad.
Except for her wanting to kill Batman. That was horrible.
But don't they always have that toxic relationship, though? It could go either way. Depends on some story.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. But hey, what's up, Lawrence? In terms of like, I mean, it's not a horrible movie by any means. It's just, here's the thing. Okay, so once it gets to Bane has taken over Gotham and Bruce is like in the prison, it grinds to a halt. Like, the pacing in this movie is horrible. Oh, and by the way, we will be talking about Jason David Frank, but I want to wait until Nick gets here before we can do that. But let's and yes, I do have a special tribute that I'm going to premiere on this channel. So now, going back to what I said, because once he's like in the prison and like Bane's taking over Gotham, the movie gets really, really long, really fast. I'm like, get to the point.
I agree. It's from the second act onwards, it gets really dragged out. Morgan Freeman, I loved him, but he was that movie saving grace.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, the Batman voice, I think, got to the worst it's ever been. Is that Batman?
They really should have used a voice modulator for Dark Knight Rises. If there was any time to use if there was any time to use a voice modulator, it would have been that movie. The Dark Knight, he might have could have gotten away with it, but Dark Knight Rises, he needed that voice modulator. Yeah,
exactly. Way needed it. And hey, Nick, get in here, dude. And the movie is way too indulgent. Yes, it is. And we talked about how Snyder has issues with like letting go of his darling. So does Nolan, because it shows in this movie.
To an extent, but Snyder isn't as gravitas about it. Nolan's a bit more subtle.
Yeah, exactly. And someone give Bale a cough drop. Where's the trigger? Where is it? I can't do it because I have a cold. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to do. But it's like, when it comes to the Bane thing. Now, I like Tom Hardy as Bane.
He was good.
I think he did a fantastic job. I just hated the fact that he was a simp for Talia, because you could have had just Bane what wants to take down Batman like it was in Nightfall and be done with it and have been fine. That's it. That's totally fine.
Yeah, I feel like Dark Knight Rises should have been a two-parter. It would have been a better story that way.
Yes, you could have ended part one when Batman's back is broken, he's thrown in prison, and then part two is him taking back Gotham. It's just, they just went a little too overboard. Now, what I will say, I liked Batman's entry. I liked how much of this movie is clearly inspired by The Dark Knight Returns, by like Batman is crippled and like retired, then he's forced to come out of retirement. They even have lines from The Dark Knight Returns when he first shows up, and that one cop is like, "You are in for a show tonight, son." So I really like that like inspiration.
Too bad he didn't cripple anyone, but they were young, so they could walk again.
Let me ask you this: what do you think of let's see, what do you think of I can't remember her name, but I'm just gonna say a Catwoman in this movie.
I forget that actress's name. It's not Selena Darley. No.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. Thank you. She was good. She was good with what they needed her to do.
My favorite part of that is when she and Bruce like fight some criminals, and Fox is like, a lovely girlfriend you got there, and then she goes, he should be so lucky. So I love that. I loved her like sarcasm, because she did catch exemplify Selena's like arrogance and stuff. So she was very good as Catwoman. Yeah, exactly as Nick says, great performance. Oh, by the way, just to update you guys, the agenda on the stream is we're going to talk about Dark Knight Rises. Since that normally doesn't take us that long, we're going to have a second section when Nick joins, where we're going to memorialize Jason David Frank. And then the third part, we're going to fan cast a Hulk movie. So there you go. And I'm going to be home. I fall asleep while watching The Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, exactly. It is kind of a sleepy movie. This is the car. I will say the one of the most badass moments is when Batman goes, light it up, and then it's like a big like trail of gasoline up a building, and then it leads to like the flaming bat.
That was the best. The action sequences were definitely the best in Dark Knight Rises, even if the story was lacking.
Yeah, the action was, of the three, the action was the best, because the action in these movies has never been that good because of the editing. But I think it was better in this one. Nolan watched The Crow, of course. Speaking of which, I'm wondering if you'd like to join me for the Video Game Awards for 2022. Email me or DM me when that is, and I'll see if I can make it. But
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Email, DM us on Twitter, and then we'll check it out. My Twitter's here. So now, in terms of now, I think I get what Nolan was trying to go for. I'm going to start with the parts of this movie I hated first. Hated Robin. Robin is that's like the biggest, like, that's the most studio. That's the most
executive thing.
Yeah,
executive interference thing you could have in a movie.
Yeah, they're like, just name him Robin. That's the way it works, right? No, they could have just named him Richard, Jason, or Tim. I would have accepted kind of that. But the way that they just said, how about your real name? Robin.
It was just a cheeky reference. Like, we get it.
It was just so dumb. And then, honestly, those are really the only like egregious things that I didn't like. Now, let me get to what I liked. This movie got to the point where Batman was the symbol he was trying to be from Batman Begins. Because if you notice, the burning symbol inspires all the cops to come out of hiding and fight Bane, and they build a statue to Batman.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and Nick says the studios thought they could have their cake and eat it too, ended up pissing everyone off. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. And but I mean, I liked how they did the Batcat thing, like and like when they're dancing and she says there's a storm coming. I'm adaptable. I love that. Again, I love Catwoman in this movie.
I'm glad they didn't sequel bait or try to tease Talia back in the Lazarus pit, because remember, in order to cement her cover, Bruce and Talia did technically hook up.
Yeah, they did. What Nick and I said, oh my gosh, Nick put a comment in here that I'm really pissed off about.
It can't be that, but pull it.
Okay.
Pull it.
There you go. And you're muted, JJheat. But yeah, no. By the way, Bruce and Talia is a better ship than Bruce and Diane. I'm just gonna tell you that right there.
Whoa!
And that's all I'm gonna leave it. That's all I'm gonna leave it.
No! You don't drop a bombshell like that and just wash your hands with it. You got to explain why, because Bruce has Talia is toxic as hell.
Yeah, and Bruce is toxic to Diana. So it's just a two relationships with toxicity, but I'm not going on to that.
No. That's all I'm going to say. Bruce actively wouldn't pursue a relationship with Diana. Bruce and Talia was a kindled flame, overindulgence, and depending on the storyline, she forced herself on him. You're talking about apples and oranges.
Remember, I still don't take shipping advice from the person that from the creator of Batcest. Sorry, still don't.
That's a fair nitpick. That's fair. That's fair.
So going back to what we're talking about. So, and I will say, again, the action scenes were pretty cool. I liked how methodical Bane was. Like, he built his headquarters underneath the Applied Sciences division of Wayne Tech. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, by the way, I also liked the actress they had playing Talia. I thought she was pretty good. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
She was very good with what she was given. Definitely.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you see it coming that she was Talia? Was that actually a shock?
Yeah. Yep, I saw it coming.
Really?
Listen.
The minute they said the child of Ra's al Ghul.
Yep.
By the way, this movie also cemented why I think Affleck is a better Batman than Bale. Because when Bale is stabbed with a knife, it's crippling. When Affleck is stabbed with a knife, he gets right back up and throws the dude into a wall.
Well, the Nolan armor was very slim. It wasn't very durable.
Neither is the Batman one. It goes right into his shoulder. He's like, ugh.
But you're comparing a 20-year Batman to like a 4 or 5 year Batman.
Doesn't matter. If anything, the knife should be affecting the older Batman harder. I'm just saying. Well, at least Affleck has a better voice. So there you go. And by the way, I love this again. People like Batman doesn't use guns. The Bat had machine guns on it. You can tell that because he uses it on the tumbler tanks. So he does use guns all the time. Now, let's go into this. So I get, in terms of like I'm trying to figure out where I want to go with this. Oh yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the scene where the seemingly hour-long scene where he's in that little pit, because that is interesting, because in a way, when you think about it, that's kind of like his second I shall become a bat father moment, because if you notice, that's why they cut to like him saying, Bruce, why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves up. It's another one of those things, because they're chanting rise all the time.
Yep.
And that's a strength, I think, of this movie, because it does a really good job of circling back to the first movie. So I'll give it that. It's nice to like.
It's a good callback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fight choreography. Look this way: the fights themselves are better than are the best of the trilogy, but yeah, it's still bad. I'll still say at least.
Yeah, it's a good fun popcorn movie.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's like a horrible movie. I'm just saying of the three, it's the weakest. They even brought back Ra's al Ghul. That was cool. I love that. For a second,
yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, it was a brief cameo, but yeah, I did not see that coming.
Now, all right. So when I was watching this movie for the first time, I was at first concerned that they were actually going to make Bane Ra's kid. I was like, nope, don't you dare, Nolan. Because I knew who Bane is.
That would have been a little interesting. Because he's technically the son of King Snake, who did work with the League for a while, so they wouldn't really be changing anything.
True. Okay, I can see that, but it's odd. It's just odd. It's just an odd choice, but again, by the way, those of you that have watched this live stream for a while know that Nick and I actually proposed an alternate ending if they didn't kill Talia. What they could have done was have her arrested and everything ends, and then they don't kill Batman. By the way, I knew he wasn't dead the minute that Lucius Fox said the autopilot doesn't work. The minute that I realized he was telling Batman something doesn't work, I was like, Batman's gonna figure out a way to make it work. That's just Batman. But Bane being too extreme for even the League makes him more menacing. Yes, because as Alfred says, anyone too extreme for what's the word? Anyone too extreme for Ra's al Ghul should be something you shouldn't trifle with. That was great. I love that.
I would argue Deathstroke would have been a better villain for Batman Rises. I would argue.
Yes. Deathstroke. Can you imagine? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go. I thought you were still going.
So by the way, and Tevia, you'll appreciate this. So what Nick and I proposed as an ending for this movie was that, okay, so Batman doesn't die, and Talia doesn't die. She's just put in prison. Then all of a sudden, she's broken out by Damian Wayne. And they go, come on, Damian, we're going to go see Father or something like that. So it was great. By the way, instead they turned Bane into a cuck. Yeah, exactly.
No. A cuck is someone who ends up not getting the girl. A simp is someone who constantly degrades himself for said girl. There's a difference.
Yeah, and Bane was because let me put it this way, Bane, if anything, Bane would be like the mastermind behind everything, and Talia would be like a tool, i.e., City of Bane. As bad as that story was, Tom King, but still, I'm just saying he got that part right. Where Bane is at least mastermindful enough to get that. Okay, he would be the one that would be leading everyone.
I would argue Thomas Wayne is the mastermind because Thomas wanted to break Bruce so badly he would never don the cowl again. Mm-hmm. He specifically wanted to make that point.
Yeah, but Tavia, we could have gotten in live action with better writers and Christopher Nolan. Because if there's a Batman villain that actually works really well with Nolan, it would be Deathstroke. You kidding me? Slade Wilson?
I will agree they did Deathstroke dirty in Son of Batman. I will be the first to admit that.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't good. Oh, yeah. I wonder what would break first, your spirit or your body?
Or your body.
And by the way, keep tweeting about getting a Batfleck movie because if they go with the original script, we could get Batman v Deathstroke. In other words, that cutscene from Arkham Origins, that's the cinematic trailer. So, another thing I love the use of the Batpod because, again, he used that in the high-speed chase. They also used that to free people, which leads to another plot hole. How is so those cops were ready for action, but they were stuck underground for ostensibly 6 months? What? That doesn't... Yep. They should be a lot more ragged. They look regular. I'm like, come on, dude. Nolan, you know how to do this. And yes, Catwoman was fantastic.
He did spend a good chunk of the first quarter of the film just grieving over what was the fourth love interest name? Elena, Monica. What was her name? She was killed off in Dark Knight.
Rachel,
thank you. He spent the first 25 minutes just brooding in a robe over her.
Yeah. And that's, I don't think that's what Bruce Wayne, that's why I was against the whole Rachel character from the very beginning, because I'm like, yeah, first off, she's not a character that I've ever heard of. And second off, it doesn't really work that well. And maybe what?
If it was the death of Selena, I could somewhat see it.
Mm-hmm.
If they establish and kill off Selena, I could maybe see it, but not some original character stand-in, Rachel, only to be replaced by Catwoman in the first film anyway.
And remember, in Dark Knight Returns, what makes Batman retire is the death of Robin, not necessarily the death of I still think the death of Selena would not be enough to make Batman go, okay, I'm done. I still highly doubt that.
He'd still brood over it. He'd be devastated.
but he wouldn't like hang out in the robe for months and months and months. He would get back to being Batman. And in fact, if anything, he would become more brutal. So, man, Anne Hathaway, almost first Black Cat live action for canceled. Oh, that was interesting. And Dave says, Joe Manganello says, interesting. I would rather see that than the Batman 2. Well, you may actually be seeing that because I'm still convinced we're not going to get the Batman 2. But so let's talk about this. What's your favorite part of this movie, JJheat?
My favorite part of this movie was just Morgan Freeman in general. Every scene he was in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, you got to give me that.
Fantastic. He's been fantastic since Batman Begins. What are you talking about? He's amazing. He's really good. Mine was either Morgan Freeman, honestly, or really all the Bane scenes. Because even in the beginning, when they take over that plane and then they flip it upside down, it's like the fire has started, brother. Batfleck trilogy is going to be noir heavy, less fist fighting. Pattinson, yeah. Which I'm not really. Honestly, here's the thing: I would rather have Batfleck over the Pattinson, and I like Pattinson. And Bane made this movie for me. Yeah, me too.
And speaking of Pattinson, if you're really going to go with a more noir trilogy, I would just base it off Court of Owls and be done.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do. Because if there's any like villain group that goes with the noir thing, fantastic. And yes, the plane scene was really cool. How they like take over the plane, kill the CIA guards, and then they like invert the plane and then grab everyone and pull out. I love that. And let's see what else. I mean, I like how they. I get what they were trying to do with like. This could continue with Robin, but it didn't. I think. I don't know. That's almost like when Bendis was writing Young Justice and he made Tim Drake's call sign Drake. It's almost on that level of stupid.
That's more so derivative. That situation is more explainable because you could argue Tim's been going through an identity crisis since Damian became Robin, so that one has more of a justification to it. This was just executive.
Yeah, I get having his own identity. That's fine, but giving it his name.
Oh, I agree that was stupid, but you have to. But come on, the circumstance was more justified compared to what the executives did in this movie.
Oh yes. I'm just saying the choice of name is stupid in both occasions. That's what I'm saying. But okay. And I will say. What was so cool about this movie, honestly, I did like that. My favorite Batman line is when Batman and Bane finally face off the last battle, and then Bane goes, "You came for your city," and then Batman goes, "No, I came for you." And then they just go at it, and then Batman just beats the crap out of him. I love that. There are some ambitious things in the movie, but the plot and writing was so sloppy. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Ultimately, it's like sloppy writing.
And fun fact, this movie was actually would go on to be structured in Bad Blood, because you take the dynamic in this movie and compare it to Batman Bad Blood, it's relatively similar.
Bad Blood is better, I think.
Oh yeah, Bad Blood is definitely the better version.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's ultimately the problem, because it wasn't Nolan's, but again, it wasn't up to Christopher Nolan standards. Ultimately, that's just what I could say, because when you think of Christopher Nolan, you think of like well written, well done movies, not necessarily this. And again, it's not a horrible movie. I in no means hate this movie. I just think it should have been a lot better. And should have been a lot shorter, too. It's like, let me put it this way. Zack Snyder's Justice League feels shorter than this movie.
Well, that's you have seen it 11 going on 12 times. So you
know. Yeah, I was. I think I'm the subject matter expert in this movie. But it's just because the pacing is so horrible in this movie. Even before you get to Gotham, it's just so long. I'm like, come on. That's it. And again, the first two movies were really well paced. That's why I will say the first two movies were really well paced. But another thing that I really dug was I love that law. I love how like stupid the police commissioner was. That wasn't Gordon, because he's like, okay, so I'm gonna let these criminals go, and so I can catch the Batman. So it was all pride. No, I know it was 4 hours long, but it was paced better than this movie, so it didn't feel like 4 hours, Tevya. And then Rami Batfleck says, "Batman Begins or the Batman." Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. Now Pattinson is good, but Batman Begins has a more structured story from beginning to end.
And honestly, The Batman is another example of a poorly paced movie. That movie felt way too long.
You enjoy the experience, but it's just dragged out.
I'm like, come on. You could cut most of this out and still have a coherent movie. It's really, it's bad when the 4 hour cut of Justice League feels shorter.
And I don't really think the only thing you would really have to cut is Batman's naivete in terms of how his parents were perfect. Everyone's corrupt in some capacity when you're in that lifestyle. You have his entanglement with Catwoman and Riddler. I'm not saying Batman should have not known the truth about the Wayne shadiness. I would have saved that as an internal piece for Batman too.
Save it for the Court of Owls movie.
You cut Batman's internal arc out. You cut about an hour and a half in the movie right there.
Yeah, there you go. Batman Begins. Yeah, exactly. Batman Begins. The Batman is solid, but there's really nothing extraordinary or memorable about it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot like this way. If we're going off of straight, which one had the better action scenes? It's the Batman. The Batman had way better action scenes, except for the Batmobile part. The Batmobile part in Batman Begins is still better.
So, even though he does technically kill people.
Even though he does obviously kill people. Yes, exactly. He runs over a cop car. So, another thing I did like how this movie basically further made the city itself a character. Because remember, the city itself was fighting against Bane even before Batman returned, like puns. So I did like, and that's another good thing. I would say that all three movies did well is make Gotham a character. Yeah, they're both good, but Batman Begins is better, at least in my opinion.
Slightly better.
Let me put it this way: the pacing in Batman Begins is way better. There's no disputing that. I'm gonna be honest. The only Batman I like is Pattinson and Affleck. Yeah. Let me put it this way: Bale is not my favorite Batman. Of those two, it's more Affleck. But let me put it this way: it's Affleck, Pattinson, Bale, and Keaton. What about you, JJheat?
Keaton wasn't that bad though.
True.
I'm
not saying it's bad. I'm just saying in that order, those are of the Batman that I like the most.
Okay, I would say Killinger, Keaton, Affleck, Bale at the very bottom, and Killinger. The one who did Batman, not Batman '89, Batman Forever.
Oh, okay.
And are we counting Adam West?
You can count Adam West.
Okay, Adam West is second to bottom, and the worst Batman, in my opinion, is George Clooney. That's absolute. What I'm talking about.
There was an interview that he did where they were asking him if he was going to cameo in Flash, and he goes, "No, I guess when you
kill a franchise."
Yeah, then I invite you back. And Tevya, we're talking live action, not animated, because if we're going to do animated, Conroy's on the top.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no disputing that.
If we are factoring animation, Jason Momoa would be anywhere in the top 10. He wouldn't be in the top 5. If we're factoring live action and animation.
Yeah, with me, with the animated for me, it's Conroy, the dude who voiced Batman in like Under the Red Hood, and then like maybe
Bruce Greenwood.
Yeah, I personally liked him. I thought,
you would rank Bruce Greenwood higher than Jason Ackles.
oh no, actually, Jensen Ackles and then Bruce Greenwood.
Okay,
there you go, and then Jason O'Mara. But going back to Dark Knight Rises now. Now actually what's interesting is that I believe I actually had someone put a comment on a tweet that I did that actually I'm going to read out loud. That's actually really interesting fact. There was actually a frustrated fanboy. What's up, Raul? He goes, there were rumors that Nolan didn't want to make a third movie because he felt The Dark Knight was the perfect ending. A world where ordinary men are the real heroes, but Warner Brothers pushed for a third movie because they wanted more money. And since Nolan was under contract, he had to do it. That makes sense. That makes sense. No wonder this movie feels a little rushed. Yeah. Plus, it's another occasion where Warner Brothers sucks. So, in fact, you know what? I got to play the clip since you brought up Warner Brothers.
Yeah, suck at Warner Brothers.
There you go. I had to. So now let's go on. Let's go on to how would we rate this movie out of 10? Because personally, I rate this at a solid 6 out of 10. I think.
I rank this at a 7.
7? Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely better than it has more good qualities than bad. It's just my least favorite of the trilogy.
Out of the trilogy, I would say Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins. No. The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and then Dark Knight Rises.
Exactly my order. Exactly my order. And part of why we rank Dark Knight so high is because of the Joker, honestly.
Pretty much.
So there's that. So now what I want to do before we transition away from talking about Dark Knight Rises and talk about Jason David Frank, I want to talk about one little thing. Now, let me ask you this: if you could fix Dark Knight Returns, what would you do? Go.
If I could fix Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight Returns?
I'm sorry, Rises.
Okay, if I could fix Dark Knight Rises, okay, first of all, I would remove the whole executive Robin crap and just make it Dick Grayson from the start.
Mm-hmm. There you go. And by the way, Dave says that the Dark Knight, Batman Returns, Batman 89, Batman Begins, Batman versus Superman 66, the Batman, Dark Knight Rises, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. We don't talk about Batman and Robin.
We don't talk about Batman and Robin.
But that's a solid ranking. So anyway, as you were saying.
Okay, next, I wouldn't kill off Talia, but I wouldn't tease Damian Wayne either. I would just have Talia get arrested and then break out of jail. Pretty much probably set up like a sequel in the future. Mm-hmm. Maybe isolate herself because he's pregnant with Damian, but I wouldn't immediately have Damian. I wouldn't do no time skip and try to force Damian into the picture. Because fun fact, Damian was already canonized when Dark Knight Rises came out.
Mm-hmm. He was. So.
But everything else was solid. The only, again, outside that executive crap with Robin, it's pretty solid for what it is. The writing's sloppy, but there's nothing you can really do to change that.
So, in terms of how I would fix it, I would significantly shorten the second half of the movie. First off, the first option I would go with is split the movie in half and make it 2 movies. And you can expand it to fill in the runtime, but end it when Bane takes over Gotham and say to be continued. Then, and then the rest of it. That's what I would do. That's my first option. Second option is significantly cut down, like really cut down the parts where he is like training and the parts where Bane is like really like is taking over Gotham. And I would in other words, I would make those scenes shorter because once again, that's part of the pacing issue. And then honestly, I would rewrite it so Bane is not a simp for Talia. He's just someone that she entered into an alliance with. There's an easy way to do that.
Well, at least it's not as bad as Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze.
All right, everyone, chill. Nick knows what I'm talking about with that one. But
yeah, we know.
Mm-hmm. So, continuing on, another thing I would do is again, I would change the Robin. I would make it so I wouldn't. You don't even have to say Grayson. Just have his name be Richard, because at least then you got something there.
Yeah, but they don't really like it when you skip Robins like that, unless you're using a particular take, like the Dark Knight Rises, like with Batfleck. Like that's Jason Todd Robin that's dead.
No, I'm saying make it Dick Grayson. But essentially Dick Grayson, but have his first name be. If you don't want to have his last name be Grayson, just have his name be Richard, whatever his name is.
Richard Drake.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard sell, but
because he has the detective abilities as Tim Drake. I was gonna say you could just make him Tim Drake, but then you can't skip for the first Robin appearance, Nightwing. You can't skip him.
Yeah, Jason is yeah, we don't talk. Yeah, we hate about what happened. Okay, people killed off Jason for the same attitude and mindset people praise Damian for, and that's a really big pill to swallow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Because like this way, Jason was an asshole, and they killed him for it, and then Damian. Well, at least with Damian, they gave him sort of a character arc that DC undermines every chance they get.
I'll give you that.
So there is that. So I think that's a good place to leave it. If you don't have anything else to say about Dark Knight Rises.
I'm good. Just waiting on Nick to get here, but other than that, I think we've covered all the bases.
Yeah, just let me type in the banner. But anyway, yeah. Again, not a horrible movie. It's not my favorite Batman movie. By the way, so for those of you to know, next week we're going to be covering the Dark Knight Returns animated movie. That's our next movie night. Just letting you guys know about that one. And then after that, we're going to be doing Mask of the Phantasm. I haven't seen that movie.
You have never seen Mask of the Phantasm?
No, I've never seen it. It felt patronizing.
No, we're moving that up. No, someone needs to set up a poll. Mask of the Phantasm or the tie-in movie for the Dark Knight?
Well, actually, a fan asked me to do the Dark Knight Returns before we even could consider doing Mask of the Phantasm, so I kind of have to prioritize that. But
okay.
It felt patronizing and insulting to the audience. Yeah, like they didn't believe it would have the same effect if they named him Dick Grayson or Tim Drake, so they literally named him Robin. Exactly. And that's why I say that executives should not be in charge of creative decisions. They should just tell the creatives, do what you want to do. In other words, give us a basic plot of what you want to do with these characters, and and as soon as you sign off on it, we don't have. You're gone.
You do whatever. But that's a very fine line. That's a very fine line, because then you end up having a Wonder Woman 84 situation.
Or Justice League.
Okay, Justice League was buried in executive interference. You know that.
Yeah, and since I said it.
Why did you say that name?
I had to.
Easy.
It's too easy. I had to. That whole movie was patronizing, but so while we wait for so now. Yeah, so, and by the way, the Dark Knight Returns 2-parter, and we'll be covering both parts. We're not going to cover one part and then one part. No, we're going to do both parts. So the Dark Knight Returns 2-parter is almost a perfect adaptation, aside from strangely leaving out a few things. So we'll talk about that next week. So I'm going to wait for Nick to show up before I premiere my clip, but let's talk about this. So it's confirmed that Jason David Frank, unfortunately, died via suicide. So first, a moment of silence for Tommy Oliver. All right. So now let's start off by talking about our first experiences with his work in Power Rangers, and I'll start with you, JJheat.
Well, I enjoy Tommy's arc as far back as Green with Evil. Yes, Mighty Morphin is cheesy, but if you can actually stomach it, it has a lot of heart and is considered the golden age of the franchise. From Mighty Morphin all the way to In Space is considered the golden age. My worst Tommy Oliver era would have to be Dino Thunder. It's the weakest. No, people bash on Turbo just because the Sentai is based on was a parody series. So a lot of that wasn't technically Jason's fault or any of the crew's fault. Just because the Sentai they were basing on was again a parody Sentai rather than a strictly story based one.
Wait, but, you didn't like Dino Thunder?
I love Dino Thunder, but it just felt like but especially when the White Ranger comes in with Trent, it just feels like a retread of Green with Evil. White Thunder is essentially just a modern Green with Evil.
Okay, I can see that. I did like how he kept coming back because he was like in a way he became the face of the franchise because of how many times he came back. In fact, his character even expanded into comic books with Soul the Dragon.
Yep.
Where it's like all of the different Ranger like teams and Rangers he's been. And then Lauren said, "May the power be with us." Yes, he was awesome. I remember watching the original primetime Green Ranger special. After he joined the team, he was the best part of the show. Yeah, he honestly, when I think about it, he was my favorite Ranger. Absolutely. Throughout all of history, followed closely by the Red Time Force Ranger.
You would put Wes over Jason?
No, I said followed closely. Jason is still on top. Jason's still on top, but Wes is like in second place.
Okay, I'm all right. We would rank Wes higher than Mighty Morphin Red Jace. Jason, not
Jason. Yeah, because I watched a little bit because I haven't watched all of Mighty Morphin and I'm not really familiar with his arc. So from where it stands right now.
Okay, imagine Scott Summers, Cyclops from the X-Men. That's basically Mighty Morphin Red Jason's character.
Except not an asshole?
Yeah, except not an asshole. He's a bit of a Boy Scout. He's a Boy Scout, just not an asshole about it.
So he's Superman.
Wes had more, technically. Whereas Wes has more of an arc to him. So I'll give you that.
Yeah, exactly. It was a little bit more of like a character progression throughout Time Force, I think.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So my first exposure was Dino Thunder because that was like one of the earliest. Well, actually, no. I had watched a lot of it, but I didn't know it all connected until that one Dino Thunder episode where the kids are watching like that, like
the Legacy of Power.
Yeah, the presentation where it shows him throughout. It essentially gives them the history of Power Rangers, and then you see him, and I was like, "Oh, this is all connected. That's cool." And once again, he was the through line throughout all of these different like series, to the point where again, I still say he became the face of Power Rangers.
Megaforce was still god awful though.
Megaforce was still god awful. His cameo in that was pretty dope though. That whole Endgame moment where all the Rangers show up.
Still wasn't enough to save the season.
No, well, technically 2 seasons because they had Super Megaforce, which at that point I'm like, your titling sucks.
Samurai was one thing because the story was there to where you could split it off into 2 seasons. You had enough story and nuance there. But Megaforce was just a glorified anniversary special. I'm pretty sure we could cram this all into one.
Yeah, exactly. So, actually, drop in the comments what your favorite Power Rangers season was. And JJheat, I'll ask you the same question. What was your favorite Power Rangers season?
Of all time, not including Jason David Frank?
Not including... It can include him, but it doesn't have to.
Okay, here are my top 5. Time Force, Wild Force, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, and Mighty Morphin. I only say Mighty Morphin itself is number 5 because of the cheesiness. As you get older, that cheesiness just becomes unbearable.
Me too. That's partly why I haven't gone back to watch Mighty Morphin. But my favorite are SPD. Love that one.
Okay.
SPD, Dino Thunder, because of the opening theme was so badass. Mystic Force. I love that one.
Oh God, no. I'm not doing this. Mystic Force. Oh God.
Show self-control.
It was terrible.
It wasn't bad.
I mean, it's similar. It's the Turbo situation where it was both based on a parody Sentai, but at least Turbo had a sense of entertainment in it. And I know I'm trying to respect your brand here, Jared, but let's be honest. Mystic Force Red was a jackass.
True. Yeah, but I liked a lot of the designs in that show. But that's what I'm going for.
Okay, I'll give you that. You're number 4.
In Space, because it turned into Star
Your
Trek.
number 4. Your number 4 is In Space.
Actually, you know what?
That's no. I want to hear this.
Let me redo this. Let me redo it because I just updated my count. Number 1 is SPD still. 2 is Dino Thunder. 3 is probably Lost Galaxy, probably.
Okay.
4 is Mighty Morphin for the classic feel of it. So it's like the OG.
Yeah.
5 is probably Megaforce. No, I'm only kidding. 5 is
You almost had me. You almost
5 is I would say probably, I have to think.
If you count Megaforce and Megaforce as separate seasons, I would argue it's not that bad.
Time Force.
Okay.
I dig Time Force.
Okay.
But honorable mentions is Wild Force because I love the arc of the Wolf Ranger. I was like, that is dope.
And Cole came back as Decker in Samurai.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you wouldn't recognize him, but that's him. That's him.
Oh, that's great. So, but my least favorite season is Megaforce, let's face it, because the Red Ranger is so emotionless. He's wooden.
They try to make him like I'm not saying the guy can't act, but something as cheesy and rambunctious as Power Rangers it wasn't his forte.
Mm-mm.
Any other series something on CW he might be able to do. But
I didn't like the entire cast of that show though.
Not even Blue? Noah wasn't that bad. He was just
he wasn't the best.
Villain. Oh, definitely not the best Blue, but he had a pretty solid personality. He was a cool guy.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll give you that. I also like how when they go for the one good part is when they go from to the Megaforce sequel series. And by the way, wait, real quick, just have to do this. Hang on.
I am Phoenix.
Look who showed up!
It's Morphin time!
Yeah, let's go. So first, before we continue, I will premiere my clip. Are you guys prepared?
Yeah.
Once again, if this stream is brought down for any reason, I don't think there's going to be an issue. If it is, bear with us. We will restart the stream. All right, 3, 2, 1.
It's Morphin time!
So what do you guys think?
Well done.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
So, as the resident Power Ranger fan here,
I'm a Power Rangers fan. What are you talking about?
As the resident Power Ranger super fan,
okay, go ahead.
Let's be honest. I'm much more into Power Rangers than you are.
It's in your intro. So, Nick. So first off, favorite Power Rangers seasons. Go.
Jared
Right,
likes
time-
Mystic Force, by the way.
Mystic Force isn't bad. So
There you go.
Time Force is my favorite.
There you go. Me too.
I've actually met the Red Time Force Ranger. He's really cool, Jason Font. I've actually met Jason David Frank. I'll tell that story in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Zeo, In Space, RPM. Let's see here. Yeah. I'd probably say my favorite era is it's probably gonna be a bit sacrilege, but like the Disney era. Because I kind of like what they were doing there.
Solid. The Disney era was solid. I'll give you that. If you said
also, I think Dino Thunder is a really good season. Obviously, Jason A. Frank was a mentor for that one. I felt like it was a really good legacy season done right. The worst era was
the
probably
only legacy season.
If you don't count the travesty that is Super Mega Force, or Super Mega Crap. Oh my god!
Wait, Nick. The titling of that is so horrible that when you have to make it say Super Mega, I'm like, oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
At least with Samurai, you had enough story to warrant a two-parter.
Have you guys touched upon the Super Sentai aspect of Power Rangers yet?
No, we were going to get to that.
All right, I got this. So Power Rangers is based off of a Japanese show called Super Sentai. So what we know of as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1 is actually, and I'm going to try and get this pronunciation right, but I'm probably going to butcher it, Juken Sentai Zyuranger. I was trying to get the pronunciation right, but Zyuranger is what it is. And like, for example, Time Force is Time Ranger, or... and then the thing about Super Mega Crap is a combination of two seasons. The first part is Ghost Ranger, and the second part is Pirate Sentai Gokaija.
Wait, wasn't Ninja Storm a combination of two Sentai?
No, Ninja Storm was Hurricaneer. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is actually a combination of 3 different seasons. You had Zyuranger, you had Die Ranger, and then you had Kaku Ranger. Zeo was O Ranger. Turbo is Car Ranger. And then In Space is Mega Ranger. I mean, I can go from there, but yeah. And then for so basically, usually with the Sentais, it usually be like they kind of change the naming schemes, but like there's common stuff like something Ranger or Go something. Like, for example, RPM was Go Onger. Oh my god, yeah, Gokaiger is let's go. Like, it's honestly, if you're gonna start with a Sentai season, I highly recommend Gokaiger. It's a really good season. I love the characters. I'm actually kind of more of a Kamen Rider fan, but it's kind of outside of the scope of what we're doing right now, talking about. But Power Rangers is really good. There's been some crossover between like Sentai and Power Rangers beyond just using the footage, in the Deca Ranger versus Maji Ranger, which is basically SPD versus Mystic Force. They actually use the Battleizer, which is an American creation, by the way.
Really?
In there. Yeah. And there's actually a parody series called Akiba Ranger, which, short for Akihabara. And there's 2 really good things I want to mention. In the first episode, the guy who plays Deca Red, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm late for a Power Rangers SPD convention. And there's actually a really good episode in season 2 of Akiba Rangers, where it's like an alternate reality, where it has the powerful Rangers, where it's basically Sentai is actually an adaptation of Power Rangers.
Wow, that's great.
It's so freaking meta. I love it. But yeah, and you've also had some crossover, like in Dino Charge Blue, the guy Yoshi Shirado actually made a cameo in an episode of Ninja, which I'm really hesitant to say that word for obvious reasons that I think JJheat can understand.
Basically, the Sentai that Ninja Steel is based off on.
Ninja was Ninja Steel. That's Ninja Steel, by the way.
Ninja Steel was not that bad. Ninja Storm was just that much better.
Ninja Storm was dope. I loved Ninja Storm.
Yeah. I've actually had the pleasure of interviewing Ron Wasserman a couple times. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's an amazing dude. He's told some great stories. I've actually had the pleasure of meeting Jason David Frank at a convention once.
Yeah, go
ahead. So basically, it was Motor City Comic Con 2014, and he was there. Actually, if you look, because like JDF often did like video recaps of it, and you could actually see me in the footage of of one of the clips.
Oh, cool.
I usually do like morphing videos with him. Actually, funny you should say that, Lawrence. I just kind of linked something in private chat that you guys want to look at.
All right, hang on.
It's 45 seconds, so
it leads me to a YouTube search. It's not a video.
Hold on, American Powerful Rangers, 45 seconds.
All right.
Actually, no. Well, I got you. I'm sorry, I was a little bit over eager with that one, but there you go.
All right, let me grab this. I got
it. This is from Akiva Ranger. This is literally the episode I talked about.
All right, I'm gonna mute it and then put it on.
All right.
Well, we have the subtitles anyway, so we don't really need the audio.
Yeah, full screen it if you could.
Yeah, I'll take the banner off.
Yeah, those are the Akiva Rangers. Look how they even put like American flags around them. Like
the design's a little bit more elaborate too.
The original, the Powerful Rangers.
This is good. American Powerful Rangers.
Yeah, this is from the episode. This is from the episode of Akiva Rangers.
And they actually speak Japanese, or are they actually speaking English?
Let me kind of play the clip.
Hang on.
Oh no! Now we're in the Unworthy parody series, which isn't that bad.
It's not that bad, actually.
Yeah. Because like Sentai's still going to this day. And yeah, it's really good. In the after show, I'll kind of show you guys some other clips from my favorite Sentai stuff. But like, they've actually done crossovers with Kamen Rider, and there's like this clip where it's like a big thing. I think I might have shown you guys that clip before. Where they're all lining up like Endgame style. It's really cool.
Now let's all remember. Speaking of Tommy Oliver, right there, special consultant Jason David Frank, badass. What? Go ahead, Nick.
That was actually a really good graphic novel, which obviously I own it as well, which is one of your clips for your intro. So
yeah, the next one I'm going to get is Shattered Grid because I've always wanted to read that, and I'll cover it on Indie Wednesday.
You need to get the Lord Draken saga. Like if you really want to like really good. I mean, Shattered Grid is good. Don't get me wrong, but you should probably read the Lord Draken saga first. Because that helps kind of lead into Shattered Grid a little bit. Okay. And plus, like Lord Draken is probably one of the greatest things to come out of the Power Rangers extended universe, so to speak. He's like a really cool character. The design is awesome. It's basically a combination of like the white and green Ranger powers. It's really sweet.
And he's in my tribute clip, so there you go.
I will say the Boom Studios comics did bring the Green Ranger powers back. I just don't like who they gave it to.
Yeah, like most comic books of that nature, kind of like the Turtles. It's like they start off strong, and then once the people who brought it back go, because the Power Ranger comics are kind of Kyle Higgins' baby, and he's the one responsible for a lot of these iconic storylines. And once he left, obviously the book went downhill. Same thing kind of happened with Turtles. Okay, the less we say about the IDW run, the better.
And it's the same thing with Transformers. So you're talking about the Rise of Dragon and Beyond the Grid and all that?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, good.
And
So
fun
I'll put
fact,
those on my list.
IDW recently lost the rights to Transformers comics. We were on
I
the
wonder
verge of
why.
DC versus
To quote EVS, EVS did a video about how they wanted to have Transformers having sex, and EVS is like, they're robots.
What
What are you doing?
I mean, it's bad enough you put boobs. I mean, this was the 80s, but like, it's bad enough you put boobs on a Transformer. Like, why the frick does a Transformer need boobs?
To identify her as female.
But don't you know that boys can have boobs? I mean, literally, I have boobs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna get clipped out of context. That's gonna come back to
I'm gonna clip that. That's gonna be my new Nick intro. I'm only kidding, dude. But please clip that and send it to me, and then I want to see I want to see people's creativity.
Watch your viewers just drop by like half.
No, watch them increase because audience participation, dude. So let me ask you this, Nick. What would you say is the best season that used Tommy Oliver?
Dino Thunder.
Yeah, because they used him as like a mentor to the other Rangers.
See, Dino Thunder kind of did the thing that I wish more kind of like tribute did, is like they move forward while respecting the past. Like, I love that Tommy wasn't the center of attention. See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the biggest JDF fan, but I'm trying to be respectful since he's passed, whatnot. But like, I love Dino Thunder because like a lot of times when JDF comes back, they kind of make him the center of attention, which can kind of detract from things.
True.
But with Dino Thunder, he wasn't the center of attention. I mean, obviously you got a full season, so you got more time to focus on people. But like, obviously they talked about his past. Like there's an episode where he's in a coma and he's fighting all his past selves, and that was really cool.
That season. Fun fact, that 10-episode arc was JDF getting a vacation to spend time with his family.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He wanted to go back stateside to take care of some business, so they let him go back to stateside. They basically made it so he couldn't be morphed, so basically he just supplied the voice. And then like he came back and also some fun fact, when they did the Dino Thunder SPD crossover, when you had Tommy come out, it actually wasn't voiced by JDF. That was actually voiced by the White Ranger, Jeffrey Pizzo.
Really?
Yeah. That was Jeffrey Pizzo doing a JDF impression.
Actually, not bad. Like, you could obviously tell it wasn't JDF, but you couldn't tell it was Jeffrey Pizzo, which I like. Yeah, that was good.
But anyway, so as I was telling JJheat before you came on, Nick, Dino Thunder was the first time I realized as a kid watching the show that all these seasons were connected because of that one episode where he's explaining to them the history of the Rangers, and you see like all the different seasons.
Have you ever seen the episode Forever Red?
Yes, of course I have. Actually, let's talk about that real quick. Every single Red Ranger shows up at the time, and
except for Rocky.
Well, you would have had double casting if you got Rocky.
Well, they could have put him. They could have had him do like Ninja Ranger power. Now they could have had him in the red ninja suit.
True. But wasn't that kind of like a pre-form? So it would be redundant.
It was, but it was still a suit they could have put him in. That's what I'm saying.
Just randomly. Let me ask you this: what's your favorite Zord that Tommy used in the shows?
Dragon Zord.
First off, I'd say Falcon Zord.
Falcon Zord is pretty dope.
Honestly,
I gotta go Dragon Zord because it's basically Mecha Godzilla.
Oh my god, Lawrence, you are literally my spirit animal because Emma Lahana. Oh my, she was a teenage crush of mine.
And you're talking Yellow Dino Thunder, right? Yes, absolutely. Oh gosh, yes.
Oh my god, yes. Like seriously, yeah, it
was pretty bad because here's the thing: he was my favorite Power Ranger. Him and the Red.
Wasn't she paired with Jeffrey Pizzo? Wasn't she paired with Dino Thunder White in that season? Were they kind of like a couple, or were they just paired to get shipped together?
In Dino Thunder, they kind of had a thing with between him and Haley, but ultimately Tommy's character ended up with Kat. That's canonically what happened.
No, I'm talking about Trent and Kira, Dino Thunder White.
There was some shipping there. Yeah, there was. They were kind of trying to do the green and pink dynamic from Green with Evil. I think they were trying to kind of bring that back a little bit, and I think for the most part they succeeded. Honestly.
Now let me ask you this: what was your favorite Ranger that Tommy became?
Zeo.
Me is White. I love the White Ranger.
Yeah.
I love that the Zeo costumes are so great.
They're
I love
so
those
cool.
costumes.
And the morph for Zeo where they're like, and it all just materializes onto them is dope.
Morphin' time. Zero Ranger
I hate
5.
to do that.
White. Oh, Brad. Sorry.
I got to go
What's
with the
that one
Master Morpher. I
Oh,
gotta go with the
yes.
Master Morpher.
If I had more time, I would actually have the Legacy Power Morpher. I actually would dug it out.
A black downtown. Yeah, that was pretty dope though, and how his Zord was like basically an aircraft carrier for the other Zords, and that one part where they combine with the White Ranger Zords and then surf down it. I was like, oh, that's dope as hell.
Yeah.
I also heard he wanted to do a Lord Draken story, but in live action. Yes.
Actually, he actually has played Lord Draken in live action.
The trailer for Shattered Grid
Which was scored by Ron Wasserman, by the way.
But what Tevi is talking about is actually a movie or a series that's Draken. In other words, an actual project instead of a trailer.
Well, I've said for a long time that since they've increasingly been going to Netflix, and now that Power Rangers is fully on Netflix, they need to do a more adult-oriented Power Ranger series.
Which they are.
Just do a live action Shattered Grid for Netflix would be so great. Have it be 3 seasons, 12 episodes each. There's more than enough Power Ranger actors that you can get in for really cheap. There's plenty enough. You can basically make a dream team of actors, of former Power Ranger actors, because most of them aren't really doing much, and you can get them in for decently cheap, and most of them are still in the LA area. So it wouldn't be that hard.
Fun fact: David Yost is actually. Go ahead. David Yost is actually coming back to the new season.
Yeah,
which that is big. David Yost is Blue Ranger is actually my favorite. I'm a Blue Ranger guy. And Billy was always my favorite character. I actually got to act. Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me look up this. Kind of fell some time while I
didn't. It's big because it didn't he have a horrible time on Power Rangers because he was gay?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This was the '90s, man.
He literally walked off the set, at some point. All right. So this one you can play the audio. It's just Khan.
And hey, Nick, you got something in common with Tevia.
All right, Tevi, you're gonna like the video that Jared's about to play.
Hang on. Oh, dude. Hang on. I have to do it this way. Bear with me. I'm doing this.
Audio is clear, by the way. You can clear the audio is fine.
Okay, here we go. Okay, can you all see this?
Full screen it, please.
Yeah, I will. Just can you all see it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Also,
all right, here we go.
Is that you?
Yeah.
All right. So 1, 2, 3. It's Morphin' time. What's air top? Saber-tooth tiger.
It's like you did his thing. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You couldn't resist.
That was cool. That was nice.
I actually got some more, since I'm kind of sharing some stuff from my friend, to show you how much of a big of a Power Ranger fan. Me and a buddy actually did this in our college cafeteria.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Oh no. Can we even show this?
I mean, no, it's fine.
It's not illegal. It's not illegal. He wasn't doing anything illegal.
So you can't do it to
Ready? Ready! Morphin' time! Triceratops! White tiger! Yes.
You can see everyone's like, oh.
No. Do that morph with Jason Font. Last one. On 3.
Hang on, let me back up a bit. Scooch over a little bit.
Ready?
Wait, a little bit more.
You're the Red Ranger. You do. Okay, ready? Ready! Tyler!
I messed it up. I know.
Mind blown.
All right, you want? All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick, you messed it up. What the hell are you doing?
that to be fair, that was literally almost 10 years ago. That was 2013.
Yeah, you look different with short hair.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I got longer hair.
Oh, I hardly recognize you. For a second, I was like, is that Nick?
I thought you were doing time for Blues pose for a second.
I should show you, like, I need to show you something.
But actually, fun fact, before I got into comics, like in 2020, like I think the previous semester, I had like a major like Power Rangers thing where I just watched like practically every season of Power Rangers. Power Rangers, I wish Power Rangers Quantum Continuum happened. But all right, how many of you guys?
Jared, you need to watch Sentai. And they've actually been releasing it on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually get, like, for example, if you want to watch the original Zyuranger, the actual Shout Factory has been releasing the Sentai seasons on DVD.
Mm-hmm. By the way, how many of you guys have played the Power Rangers like Shattered Grid game?
I have it on my Switch.
It's so much fun. I love that game.
For me, my favorite Power Rangers video game will always be Power Rangers the movie for Sega Genesis.
What about Power Rangers Zeos on PlayStation?
Wait, what?
I played Wild Force on Game Boy.
Oh,
there was a
you
Power
guys.
Rangers Zeo game. There was a Power Rangers Zeo game on PlayStation. I think it was PlayStation 2.
The ones for the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo are really good. But after that, they kind of like, eh.
Okay.
Believe it or not, there's actually a Power Rangers Zeo game for the Apple Pippin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Apple made a video game console in the late 90s.
And it didn't last long.
No.
No, it did not.
I played Power Rangers. I used to play Power Rangers the movie on the original Game Boy. That was a pretty good game.
Rescue, the first and fully American Ranger, Titanium Ranger.
Yeah, Titanium Ranger. That was the first one, and they also made American-made Rangers for Jungle Fury. Like the Jungle Fury Masters. Those are actually American-made Rangers.
Awesome. But yeah, that's a season that I don't think gets talked about enough. Is essentially Lightspeed Rescue.
I think among the fandom, Lightspeed is well regarded. Obviously, Time Force is kind of like next to MMPR. Time Force is kind of like the fan favorite.
I love it.
So, what's your guys' favorite Power Ranger moment?
Power Rangers moment. My favorite. Say what you want about Megaforce, but when all of the Rangers show up.
No.
Mine is from an episode of Power Rangers in Space called "Always a Chance." It's where they bring back Adam, and they show that Adam has like a busted power morpher, and Carlos is kind of getting his butt kicked, and he gets out the morpher, and Alpha's like, "No, Adam, it's too big of a risk." And he does it anyway. That is such.
Actually, I want to change my favorite. My favorite is the crossover between Time Force and Wild Force when you have both battleizers going on, and I'm like, yes, this is
okay.
Mine's more nuanced. It's Ninja Storm with Cam and the Samurai Amulet, and he finds out Luthor is his uncle. It was like a big Darth Vader moment.
Okay, I got one. Here's another one for you: the death of Kendricks and the return of Corona.
That was cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
Where they literally killed off a ranger because the actress was suffering from leukemia. She's since made a full recovery, thank you. But like they actually killed her off, which was such a brave move.
That's why they killed her.
Yeah, because the actress is suffering from leukemia. She's fine. She's fine, by the way. She made a full recovery. But they brought back Corone, a former Power Ranger villain, getting her redemption by becoming a Power Ranger herself. It's such that's actually like one of my favorite moments from the Super Mega Force, like the extended version, where like she kind of puts. She's like, I love being a Power Ranger, and it's like they kind of get
before she puts the helmet on, she kind of morphs back into her own face. I was like, all right, that's cool.
Speaking of, sorry, I'm getting flooded with like memories. So like one of my favorite moments from Mega Force is like they showed like different things, and I love how they had the Lightspeed Red Ranger saving these people. It's like, what's the dog's name? Danny. That's a good name. And it was because the actor's name is Danny Slavin, so it's like,
the final battle of Wild Forces. Another one of my favorite is the debut of the Wolf Ranger, where he kicks the ass of that Zorg. I was like, yes. And the wolf, because the wolf's always been my favorite like animal ever, and then you have a Power Ranger that's a wolf.
I gotta say this, despite my love for Ninja Storm, I gotta say this is better than that. Zanaku, like the energy, the rawness, the curse of Zanaku.
Zanaku. That's such a cool name for a bad guy too. Zanaku.
So my favorite cleanup has to be Once a Ranger. That's the one where they did from Operation Overdrive, where they brought back all the Disney.
You're not talking about Operation Overdrive.
No, but Once a Ranger is actually the best crossover. It's because they brought back one Ranger from each of the previous Disney seasons, plus Adam as Mighty Morphin Black.
Well, actually, you know what? Tevya has you beaten. The best moment, the best crossover is Forever Red. That's the best crossover.
Yes, and Tevye is right. They basically reuse the Beetleborg suits.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's it. That's because you have particularly that scene where like they all morph. It's like down the line in order of era, and then all of a sudden, where they have the explosion in the background, just all red smoke.
Yeah.
Aquatar Ninja Red slightly out of order because technically the Alien Rangers were a mini arc, but other than that, yeah, it was pretty solid.
I think it's because they didn't have the original actor, and so it's like it made more sense to kind of put him at the end, so like you didn't kind of ruin the flow of the morph.
Mm-hmm. But I will say also okay, so you know what, Nick? Let's explain to JJheat why Mystic Force is actually pretty good.
I mean, I don't hate it. They're pretty much cashing in on the Harry Potter trend.
Which series has the best ending?
In space. No, you can't debate me on this one because they did the death of Zordon, literally the shattering of his tube. They bit the Z wave going out, literally, turning Lord everyone. It was literally the end of an era. It's not up for debate. It is not up for debate.
But Zordon comes back in Megaforce.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
He doesn't?
I get what you're saying.
Let's go say he was actually placed there by Zordon.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that one. That one probably has the best ending for the thing. I'll give you that one.
That was their swan song, because technically after In Space, Power Rangers was supposed to end. Disney picked them up.
Yeah, In Space was supposed to be the last season.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because one thing you don't realize is even by season 3, the rating was starting to wane. That's why they did Zeo. Zeo was supposed to be kind of like a retooling,
a rebrand,
and then the ratings were in the toilet for Turbo.
By Turbo.
So the thing is the refresh they did midway through Turbo actually was doing a good job, because like the ratings were actually kind of starting to go back up through the end of Turbo. That's something that people don't want to talk about. But In Space was meant to be the last season. That's why they went all out. Like they brought back all the villains, they tied up all the storylines. But because the ratings were so good for In Space, that they brought it back. And it's also affected Lost Galaxy, because Lost Galaxy is based off of Ginga Man, which is like a jungle themed kind of Sentai.
You can tell, you can see that.
But like they kind of forced it to be in space because they wanted another space thing and whatnot.
And I love, by the way, if you look at In Space, if you look at Lost Galaxy, they literally reuse the costumes from like, what's that alien movie?
Starship Troopers.
Yeah, Starship Troopers. They literally reuse the guns and armor from Starship Troopers.
Fun fact: that wouldn't be the last time those costumes were used. Those costumes were also used in Firefly.
Oh yeah.
The Alliance uniforms were actually the Starship Troopers uniforms. So those costumes got around.
Yeah, but I'm like, wait a second here. It's a secret crossover that no one knows about. But what I did like about In Space is that it pretty much was Power Rangers Star Trek, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, fun fact! In space, they actually had a scene where they did an homage to Star Trek, where it's like they do like the whole bridge thing, like there's a fighter, and you had Andros being like here. They actually did this like also there's a Star Wars reference where the Blue Ranger TJ says, "Oh, we're gonna check the Dagobah system."
Oh, that's another crossover that I think was pretty dope. It's the Galaxy and In Space crossover.
Good team up
You're missing the best crossover ever: Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles.
Yes, that's true. I'll give you that one. That was great.
What about the Power Rangers and Kamen Rider crossover? Because they did do a pilot episode with Kamen Rider.
Oh, you mean Masked Rider?
Masked Rider. It was basically Kamen Rider.
I mean, technically, you're correct.
And by the way, at some point on the channel, we have to talk about Power Rangers Justice League. We have to talk. We have to.
Hey, do you mind parking this pterodactyl?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. That is the best line Superman has ever said. That is peak Superman right there. It's all downhill from here.
No. The best Superman line is actually right here. I'll give you that. It's this.
Not impressed.
That's the best Superman line right there.
Here's my compromise. I'm not impressed. Is number 1. Pterodactyl is number 2.
No, actually, number 2 is this one.
You think you can threaten my mother?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It's number 3.
No, number 3 is when Superman goes, Krypton had a chance.
I'm surprised you don't have that.
You're just using that as a reason for like your top 5 Superman lines because you know I'm just going to keep putting it further and further.
I know you're going to keep going. Yeah, it's a backseat thing. And Ninja Turtles actually, the live action with Power Rangers was bad. Oh boy,
that female Ninja Turtle.
That was kind of odd because I was like, wait, another thing, wasn't there a female Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, Venus de Milo.
I was like, well, that was odd because I didn't know there was one.
They even gave her boobs. They put boobs on her shell.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
The 80s.
Of course.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Technically speaking, it's like it was like late 90s, like 97, 98, but yeah. Oh,
still up. There you go. There you go. As soon as you said boobs, Nick.
All right. Yeah, that's my fault.
So, is there anything that you guys anything else you guys want to talk about? By the way, Nick, did you get any copyright stuff on your tribute to Jason David Frank?
Oh, speaking of which,
did you? I'm asking for a specific reason.
I did, but it said the owner allows it to be used, so like. I don't think I got any like it's like a copyright claim. It's like a copyright claim, but like actually I used music from the reboot movie actually, which by the way Jason J. Frank does have a cameo.
Yeah, I know him and Kimberly. I am by the way, I will die on the hill that the reboot movie was not bad. By the way, the reason why I asked, I'll play it again.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up right now.
If the stream goes down, we will restart it, but I might as well. We'll play, and this is next. Wait, I didn't share a screen. Hang on, I didn't share audio. So this is Nick's tribute to Jason David Frank. Just let me clear out the thing here and here and here.
Fun fact: that's actually BRI from G Ranger in that clip. That's the actual original Green Ranger.
That's such a great way to end it with the Dragon Sword flute. That's such a great way to do it to end it. Nice work, Nick.
I mean, I started it with a communicator theme. It kind of fit ending to, like yours was a really good thing. I was trying to go more for the emotion of the kind of thing. Yeah. Like honestly, today was like that whole thing just kind of really screwed my schedule because like Sunday's usually like my cleaning day and whatnot, and I still needed to do that kind of stuff. That's why I was so late because my schedule got shifted like a few hours. And
I figured you of all people would do like would be affected by that probably the hardest.
Yeah, like I kind of had to do something honestly. Like Power Rangers is one of my main fandoms, and there's no way I could like let this go unaddressed.
Yeah, exactly. So. Now I think it's a good time to transition to our third and final topic of the night. We are going to, as we know, fan casting is so much fun. We are going to fan cast hang on. We're going to do this. Fan casting a Hulk movie. So, are we keeping Ruffalo as a Hulk?
No.
By the way.
Oh.
Yes. May you. Ash, you know what?
May the power protect you.
You know what? Another moment of silence for our good friend. All right. So we're not keeping Ruffalo as the Hulk. Who would you cast as the Hulk? Would you go back to Norton?
I cast Grant Gustin.
What? You cast who, Nick?
Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin. I just don't see it. I just don't see
it. Hey, I had to get my trolling in somehow.
Wait, who's the guy who played the roses?
I've been saving those. The
Actually, no. Brie Larson is perfect.
Oh, Moses, smell the roses.
Something tells me I'm going to be using that one a lot.
Hold on, I got a good one.
Actually, no. Screw the Hulk. She-Hulk is literally the greatest cinematic achievement ever. It is the greatest, not only Disney Plus show, but it is the greatest. I deserve that. I deserve that one. I earned that one. I earned.
Back it up. Back it up.
Beep, beep, beep.
Hey, I earned that one. I earned that.
All right, Georgie boy. Jeez.
All right, I'm done with
all right. I got one. Brie.
Go ahead, JJheat.
Brie Larson as Super Karen. Oh, come on. You know that fit.
Yeah, that would probably work. So, who's our villain in the Hulk movie?
Really, Lawrence?
Actually, no.
Really?
I say we do a World War Hulk movie.
Are we? Is this a
reboot?
Is this like brand new continuity? Like, are we starting fresh?
Starting fresh.
Yes.
Well, let's start fresh. Let's do it.
What about the Master, like the big brain guy?
No, we're not going to. Here's the thing: we're going to do I think we should.
Actually, no. No, it's Hulk versus Red Hulk. You're doing parallels, so it's like Thunderbolt Ross, and he becomes leader. Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Sorry. Thanks, Tevia. Thanks, Tevia. Thanks, Batman. I can't believe I just said that. But it's a parallel. It's the red like Thunderbolt Ross, who's played by the 2003 Sam Elliott. I'm sorry, he was the best Thunderbolt Ross.
He was pretty good.
He's my Thunderbolt. That's my casting for Thunderbolt Ross, by the way. And it's basically Batman.
I had to. I was saving that.
Fair enough. So it's basically like he kind of becomes the Hulk later on. It's like to highlight his hypocrisy of hating Bruce. And and like they have to duke it out. It's Red Hulk versus Green Hulk kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
But what would they really fight over other than Betty? Outside of
that's what I do. Just do World War Hulk because he could fight like any superhero. So the Avengers are established in this universe, and then we just have him like wreck the entire like Marvel universe.
If they ever do a Marvel DC crossover again, I really want the Hulk to get a Red Lantern ring.
Oh hell yeah! I think Comics Explained did a what if where the Hulk got a Red Lantern.
Yeah. Basically, all the Green Lantern Corps had to come in and restrain him. You think Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe? Hulk kills the Marvel Universe with that ring.
That would be dope. Now, okay, so we're going to keep the regular Avengers cast. In other words, the Avengers lineup is the one from the movies. And we're gonna have the Illuminati lineup from the comics, not from Multiverse of Madness.
The only thing is, I want Captain Marvel to be Proton.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
I want Monica Rambeau to be Captain Marvel because, I saw her. She was probably one of the best parts about WandaVision.
Actually,
I really like the actress, and the setup they had for her. I'm sorry, if she became Captain Marvel.
Actually, Nick,
I would go see that movie.
That's a fantastic idea because guess what? At this point, I believe in the comics, Carol Danvers is Ms. Marvel. So there you go.
No. At this point, they just need to have Carol dead and buried.
Why not do a Mortal Hulk? Because we're doing the version. Because here's the thing: World War Hulk is one of the most well-known Hulk stories of all time, most classic, enduring Hulk stories.
Okay, who would you recast as She-Hulk? Let's.
I mean, I could keep her as She-Hulk. Oh gosh. Yeah,
it was worth it. It was worth it.
If I had we got it, Nick, Gina Carano.
Physically, she could play the role, but acting-wise, I don't think.
No, I was doing a joke. No, I got it.
Physically, you could do it.
No, I got it. Grant Gustin.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. That's perfect. That is perfect.
No,
that's our casting. The Hulk is going to be played by Grant Gustin. That is so perfect. You're so awesome.
No, I was only kidding.
You weren't expecting me to have that reaction, were you?
No, I was. So let's see. Who would play She-Hulk? If we're not bringing back the original actress. Yeah, I would use her because she was pretty decent as She-Hulk.
Yeah, she was
at least get her a better script, please, for the love of God.
Oh yeah, it was because of the script. That's why. So we're keeping her. We're keeping the actor who played Black Bolt. We're keeping. Obviously, we're having Patrick Stewart be Professor X. There's no reason not to.
Actually, no. I'm bringing in McAvoy.
I would go with
no. McAvoy is at this point. I feel like McAvoy is a better actor. I think Patrick Stewart.
How dare you?
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I'm
sorry, but if you look at him in that movie, he was just so tired, and it just wasn't really acting that well. Don't get me wrong, Stewart is the quintessential Xavier, but I feel like he's getting a little bit too old to play the role effectively. I think McAvoy still has the energy to play. Still put him in the wheelchair thingy, but I think McAvoy should have been in that role.
Oh, Moses, smell the roses.
Dude. It's got to be Patrick Stewart. What are you talking about? Because then you can have him say, just because someone loses their way does not mean they're lost forever.
McAvoy can say it.
No, it loses its effect if it's not Patrick Stewart.
I just honestly think the name between Fassbender and McAvoy is honestly
Fassbender's playing Magneto, absolutely.
Yes. I give you that.
But if you're going to do an X-Men universe and Fassbender is Magneto, you got to have McAvoy be Xavier because the chemistry between them is just off the charts.
Yes, all right, exclusively Illuminati. Therefore, Patrick Stewart.
Fine.
Yeah, it's 2 against 1, and since it's a democracy, we win. So Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
I have been canceled.
And then as whenever he enters a room,
No, he has that like a Bluetooth speaker sitting on his wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly. He has his own entrance music he carries with him.
Oh my god! I can totally see in Deadpool 3 where Deadpool comes out and you hear that theme, but it's just being played on a Bluetooth speaker.
He hasn't. No. When he goes to like get Professor X, he's holding that up on the tape player. So, all right. So, I vote like this way, and we're doing it in a perfect world where we could keep like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. So we're keeping that. Who plays the Sentry? Henry Cavill.
All right, I got a question for you.
What?
Who plays Spider-Man?
Andrew Garfield.
I want to say Tobey Maguire.
Jared. Here's the thing. No Way Home, if it proved anything, it is proven that Andrew Garfield is literally dying. Like he could literally play.
It like redeemed his portrayal of Spider-Man. Let's face it.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a Tobey fanboy. Okay, I'm a Raimi fanboy. All right, but Tobey Maguire, he kind of just did the bare minimum. He didn't phone it in, but he did the bare minimum performance. Like, he did a good enough job. But you can really tell that Andrew Garfield put everything he had in.
And Tevye, to answer your question, the dude that played him in the original Fantastic Four movie from the early 2000s. That guy nailed it.
John Krasinski, I'm sorry. Like, he got a bad hand in Multiverse of Madness, but he did prove he can play Mr. Fantastic.
I think you're kind of outvoted here, Nick.
I'm going to stick to my guns.
All right, that's fine. Do you agree with me, JJheat, the dude from the original Fantastic Four movie?
This is a close one. This is a very close one. Even though the guy from The Office was a solid fan casting, and he did do decent in Multiverse of Madness, the guy from 2002, that was such a solid performance. I'm torn.
I mean, well, here, for the record, I actually do like I actually do like that guy as Mr. Fantastic. It's just I like John Krasinski more. So it's like, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Here's my compromise. In a scenario where you couldn't get the guy from 2002, John Krasinski would be a good backup. That's my compromise.
Or can we wait? John Krasinski plays Mr. Fantastic, but the dude from the 2003 movie plays the Maker.
No, I got one better. We do the Council of Reeds.
Yeah.
Storyline for like all the different multiverse Reed Richards. No,
not a multiverse movie.
No. Because like there was a storyline where it's like.
No, I know, but we're not doing a multiverse story.
Let me do this, please.
All right, go ahead.
So you bring back the 2005 actor, you bring back the Roger Corman, Reed Richards, and maybe you bring back some of the voice actors, and then you bring back Miles Teller as well.
Wait,
so you bring back
which one was Fan Forstick?
Miles Teller.
Get him out.
And Tevye. And by the way, Nick, first off, you mentioned Fan Forstick, so you know what? I got to do this. This is the first time I'm not prompting this.
Why did you say that, Nick?
And
Tevye,
we're aging up the Maker.
To be fair, I'm basically doing a No Way Home, but with Reed Richards.
Yeah, the reason why I don't want to do that is because I don't want to keep doing let's bring every version back from these different characters.
Yeah, but I want to see Chris Evans come back as Johnny Storm, and actually, it would be really cool to see Michael B. Jordan and Chris Evans both as Johnny Storm on the screen at the same time, just talking to each other.
The only time, let me put it this way, that works in a Secret Wars movie, but we're talking about War Hulk.
I swear, if they don't bring back Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, I will be mad.
They have to.
I could actually see him agreeing to do that. For like a one-off kind of movie.
He said he would. He said he would, as a matter of fact. And by the way, I want Deadpool to comment on it. It's like, shouldn't you have a shield?
No. Secret Wars. You're gonna have Deadpool, but you're also gonna have Ryan Reynolds' character from Blade Trinity come out.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So,
just imagine, oh my god. And then, imagine you see Thanos appear, and then Cable comes out.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're also going to pretend like Taika Waititi never happened. And who plays Korg?
Nathan Fillion.
No, he can't be a jokester. He's not a jokester in the comic.
I want to say Morgan Freeman because he can play a very serious role.
No, Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane.
No, Todd McFarlane.
Ooh.
No. He plays like the thing that's around his arm, and it speaks once, and it's Todd McFarlane.
Meek is not. By the way, Meek actually talks in the comics. It's not like a creature. No,
Meek actually talks.
And I know he played Cord, but like I said 5 minutes ago, we're ignoring Taika Waititi's contribution to the MCU.
Also, in Deadpool 3, can we please, for the love of God, have a scene where Deadpool kills Rob Liefeld?
No.
Yeah.
No. I want to see it where he's like stabbing people, and he accidentally stabs Rob Liefeld. Like, sorry, Rob.
And then he fades. No, he goes back in time, and then he kills Rob Liefeld, and then he starts to fade out of existence because he killed his creator.
No, that's too much. I just want like a quick scene where like he's killing people. He kills Rob Liefeld, then he acknowledges that was Rob Liefeld. Sorry, Rob.
As a Thor movie, it sucked. As a ripoff of Planet Hulk, but with Thor, it sucked. For what it was decent.
I'm sorry, but like Jeff Goldblum was amazing. I love him in that movie.
That was the only good part in that movie. That was
it wasn't an improvement compared to Dark World, but that was his only problem.
I declare you are officially pardoned from life.
Yeah, that was great. No, there were some enjoyable parts, but I hated the rest of that movie. And don't even get me started on the fourth Thor movie. So,
the one that will not be named.
Yeah, I could see Mads Mikkelsen playing Korg.
Yeah.
No, that's a waste of Mads Mikkelsen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on.
Hella was good. I'm saying I like parts of that movie, Tevya. I just hated.
What about Mads as Odin? Mads Mikkelsen as Odin.
No, we're keeping who plays Odin.
No.
We're keeping Anthony Hopkins, and we're keeping Hemsworth as Thor, obviously, but he's not the jokey Thor. He's Infinity War Thor.
All right, let's kind of like, who would you cast put Mads Mikkelsen as if you're going to be serious about this? Like, because Mads Mikkelsen is a great actor. You don't waste him on like a voice acting role. Like, if you actually want him to play like a villain or character, he's such a good, strong actor.
Century.
You don't waste him on
The Watcher.
No.
Again, a voice actor. But he would be good. He would be good, but so
actually, no. The guy who voices the Watcher, I think, is perfect.
Yeah, I would be totally fine with him doing with him being the Watcher. But in terms of Mads Mikkelsen, what Marvel characters would he play?
Actually, I had the perfect cast. For the One Above All.
But he's not going to show up in this movie.
No, the One Above All is voiced by Morgan Freeman.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I'm totally fine with that.
I mean, you get the joke. And
he references Bruce Almighty. That'd be great. I love that. Bruce Almighty is canon to Marvel.
Like, hi, Tony. I'm God.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, Dave the Impaler actually has a good point. JDF should have been a much bigger star. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I mean, he tried. He never really took off. The problem is, while he was a good martial artist, his acting was. I'm trying not to be too but like it's hard for me.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, back to the movie. I think that Mads could probably play either actually not Sentry. He would have played a good
Dr. Doom.
Okay, yeah, that works. But I'm talking about the Planet Hulk movie. We're not casting in Marvel Universe. We're talking about one specific movie.
Okay. The Red King.
Okay, if we're doing World War Hulk, if we're doing Planet Hulk as well, yeah, he could be Red King. Yeah, and Tevye agrees.
Mads could be Thunderbolt Ross.
Okay.
No. Mads is the leader.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Who would you cast as Abomination?
I want to
not have him be a jokey character like he was in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
To be fair, in the original movie, he wasn't a jokey character.
No, I'm talking about have the characterization of the original movie, but the design from She-Hulk.
Abomination Tour. He did have a lot of banter, but he wasn't obnoxious about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a few solid jokes, and then straight to the third act with the big Hulk battle.
I gotta say, Nick Nolte playing Absorbing Man in 2003 was great.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. Sorry, go ahead.
But in terms of so who's playing Scar?
Ooh,
the son of
Grant
Hulk.
Gustin.
You're trying to make Grant Gustin work. You have a better shot of getting Adam Driver.
No one cares about Grant Gustin anymore. He's not relevant anymore.
Adam Driver?
Hey, I got a reaction out of you.
But
Adam Driver, because he knows how to play teenage.
Okay, except give him the better material than he had in Star Wars.
Okay, we all know the wait. Adam Driver was in Star Wars?
You said Adam Driver, right?
Yeah, Adam Driver.
Yeah, he was Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
It's the joke. I don't acknowledge the sequel trilogy.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about. But
I was about to say, you sound like Taika Waititi talking to Natalie Portman.
Yeah, I know, right? That was great. But let's see.
That was so tone deaf. Like I need to look up the interview just to see her face when like he looks over and she's like, I was the lead of 3 movies.
It's not like she was like a minor character too. That's the insulting part.
I mean, like if you looked at Keira Knightley and said, "Hey, do you want to do a Star Wars movie?" and then he said, "Oh, it was in Star Wars." Yeah, you could be forgiven because she was Sable. She was the body double for Natalie Portman in episode 1. Yeah, so like saying, looking at Keira Knightley and not knowing she was in Star Wars, yeah, you could be forgiven.
But Natalie Portman, Princess Amidala.
So these movies usually have like the big 3. Wait, we didn't even say anything that triggered this. I don't know why.
I don't know.
But like, so the big 3 for I think the prequels are obviously Obi-Wan, Padme, and Anakin. You know,
yeah,
the Trinity, if you will.
The Trinity for the middle trilogy is obviously Han, Luke, and Leia, and then the Trinity for the sequel trilogy is, I think it was like it's kind of weird, like. It's probably
Kylo Ren, Rey, and Finn.
And then Poe.
Oh.
It's kind of a quad, I guess, like a square.
Of the good guys, it was Rey, Finn, and Poe.
Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, because Ren was desperately trying to be the Darth Vader type. So okay, yeah, so it was Rey, Finn, and Poe.
Yeah, but she was literally one of the faces of an entire trilogy of Star Wars movies, and you didn't know. And he's going to direct a Star Wars movie. This is horrible.
I mean, the fact that he wasn't even aware of it, like I can see him like, oh, I've never seen those movies.
It would be
like,
one thing if he said, "Do you want to come back to Star Wars if I want to have like a flashback scene?" It would be one thing if he said that, but he said, "Do you want to be in a Star Wars movie?"
Okay, we really need to consider this. The day Kathleen Kennedy gets fired, a party stream on the spot.
Ding dong, a bitch is dead, witch bitch, wicked bitch.
Yeah. By the way, the day she leaves, the day she announces she's moving on to other projects, yes, we are going to do a party stream.
By the way, the day that happens, I'm literally going to be like live streaming on my channel. Ding dong, the witch is dead, over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We will do that because it'll be so much fun. It was probably an attempt at humor from him, but it didn't land. No, it just sounded obnoxious and like he didn't even know what the hell he was talking about.
And to be fair, this type of like out of touch douche nozzle behavior is totally aligned with him. Like that is totally something I could see Taika Waititi saying, even if he was saying it facetiously. That kind of like extremely rude comment that doesn't like. Remember, this is the same guy when Chris Hemsworth said, "I don't really feel like being like taking my new nope, shirt goes off. Yep, nope." Like he literally overrode the concerns of Chris Hemsworth because Chris Hemsworth didn't want to do that nude scene in the movie. No, it must not be named, but like Taika Waititi did it anyway. Like that's.
And I remember also in the like marketing for that, when they have directors react to their VFX, he was making fun of his VFX artists. Like what a douchebag! Well, you compare that to one of Zack Snyder, who was constantly like praising his VFX. He was very nice about it. I get it if you want to. I get it if you want to have like some respectful criticism, but from Taika it just sounded douchebaggery.
Like it's like they gave them so little amount of time that they can't do it, and then it doubles down and insults them for work that they like that was out of their hands. It's kind of it's a kind of a new level of douchebaggery. Like you got like your standard a-hole, but then you got like this kind of thing. Just,
and when he said, I'll show you how I can ruin your franchise, and guess what? He did ruin Thor.
Well, at least he didn't call Ryan Johnson. At least he was bland and tone deaf. He didn't subvert. It was just bland.
Let's just say there's a reason why that movie didn't do so well and why he was removed from Thor 5.
Yeah, even he said, I'm not sure if I want to come back and play Thor. I guarantee you they told him we don't want you to come back. Oh, by the way, yes. Waititi has a long history of douchiness.
Yeah, like even to the point where Chris Hemsworth is not really sure he wants to do the role, because Chris Hemsworth is actually a pretty stand-up guy. Let's be honest, he's actually pretty cool. Like, you know.
And by the way, remember he said he doesn't want to work with any more like mad genius directors. And by the way, compare that to Zack Snyder again. Nick, have we ever heard of anyone complain about working with Zack Snyder?
Remember all the praises Dave Bautista gave Zack?
Everyone's like, no, it's the best experience. Ben Affleck came back to playing Batman for the Snyder Cut, without even hesitating. All that Snyder had to say is, "Hey, dude, I have this idea for this scene. Can you come in for a little bit?" He was like, "Fine, let's do it." To quote Ben, "I did it for Zach." Oh yeah, he had it. Found he may be stepping back from acting because it turns out he has a genetic disposition for Alzheimer's. Oh, dude, that would be Hemsworth as Orion, dude.
I could see it.
No. What if they cast him as Zeus?
They already have a Zeus. The Snyderverse already has a Zeus.
But who would be Mr. Miracle?
That's a good question. Nathan Fillion.
You want Nathan Fillion in everything.
Actually,
you want Nathan Fillion to date Gina Carano?
Get him out.
Mr. Miracle and Big Bar. No. Because Mr. Miracle dates Big Barda, and we've already agreed.
I know.
Big Barda's play with Gina.
Yeah. Chat, who do you want to play Mr. Miracle? Oh, who'd be Calabac? I guess we're going back to. I guess now we're casting a New Gods movie, so we'll do that.
Dave Bautista.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah. That works really well. Okay, so who does? I'm changing this. Who
would play Light Ray?
I have no. I'm unfamiliar with the character.
Who's gonna play Granny Goodness? That's the one that you know. No. I mean, let's pretend they hire an actual actor because like that's just someone who's just stood there. Like I want someone and plus let's just pretend for a moment that she isn't there because like I want to cast Granny Goodness. I love casting this role.
Okay, Nick, who do you want for Granny Goodness?
I swear, if you say Betty White, I'm gonna throw a gasket.
Well, unfortunately, she's not around to play the role, so you're.
No, I know. It's just every time we say this, you say that.
But you got to admit, she would have been perfect for it.
No.
Okay, Dolores Leachman.
Do you have any more Seinfeld clips?
Helen Mirren. If she weren't already as as the Daughters of Atlas.
Okay.
I just want to I just wish.
Moses, smell the roses.
I had to.
I wish I could see her face when she was reading the script. She came across the Fast and the Furious joke. Like I wish, oh for God's sakes, you know.
Mm-hmm. Look, it's all about family. Family. That's your cue. Family.
Like you know they wrote in that line after they got Helen Mirren. You know that.
There's one.
Meryl Streep? Oh my God.
She could do it, actually.
I mean, Meryl Streep can do anything, but yeah.
I could see that. All right, so we'll do Meryl Streep as Granny Goodness.
That is a huge get, because, Meryl Streep is... Wow, yeah.
Now, how familiar are you guys with the Furies?
Not at all, so I'm pretty much tapping out for this one.
Because I vote we leave those for later, since we're not as familiar with those characters.
Big Barda
Yeah,
is Gina Carano.
Yeah, but Nick, we've already established that.
Wait, who would play Maxima?
Oh, it has to be a redhead because we're not doing gendercide. Becky Lynch.
Alexa Bliss.
WWE.
Alexa Bliss put dye her hair red.
No. We're doing we're making this authentic, Nick.
What? Wait,
Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss would be my.
Do you really think Becky Lynch's hair is natural? I mean, come on.
No, but I'm just saying for right now.
Not natural.
And by the way, I want you to realize that who you just said is my choice to replace Margot as Harley Quinn.
Ooh,
Betty Milder?
Yeah. Who would we?
Alexa Bliss literally plays Harley Quinn in the WWE.
I know. So who would play?
Oh, okay.
Becca.
Becca.
She's like we're not really doing a Gods and Monsters thing.
Who would play Green Arrow?
Charlie Hunnam. One more time, Nick, and I'm putting you in timeout.
Okay, so my casting for Wildcat is the guy who plays Daredevil on Netflix.
No, he has to be an old guy.
A younger Wildcat.
No.
I'm sorry, but like when you have that his season 3 outfit where he's got like the judo braids, he's basically Wildcat.
I know, but Nick, at the time when Wildcat is interacting with the JLA, he's old. Sorry, dude.
Young Wildcat.
No, we're not doing young Wildcat because again, in the time period where he's interacting with the Justice League, he is a old guy. We're keeping this in one timeline.
A flashback movie with a young Wildcat for like one scene.
But we're keeping it in one timeline. We're not doing flashback movies.
Then fine. Charlie Cox is playing Starman.
Okay.
I can see that.
Okay, that's fine.
What about Adam Strange?
Wait, I got one for you. Marvel actors who you would cast in DC roles. I think that would be fun.
Okay, that's a good a good one.
So, like I said, Charlie Cox as Starman. You know.
Okay, that's a good one.
If I couldn't get
Robert Downey Jr. play.
Robert Downey Jr. That's a good. No, I don't think. I mean, he could, but I don't want him to play it.
All right,
and also,
Robert Downey Jr.
Skarsgård as Green Arrow. That's actually not that bad.
Ooh.
Is he the guy who played? Wait. What about? Actually, I really feel like the guy who played Rick Flag in Suicide Squad would have made a great Green Arrow.
Yeah, actually, I could have seen Kinnaman playing Green Arrow.
Also, he would have made a great Jonah Hex. Like he's got that voice.
No, it has to be Josh Brolin as Jonah Hex.
Who would
bring back Megan Fox as well?
In DC, I could see Robert Downey Jr. playing a decent. He could. You know, it's kind of funny. He could be a backup choice for Booster Gold.
Haley Atwell as Talia.
No.
You're stretching it, Nick.
No, Nick, you got it. Talia, you have to have someone that has like a sinister feel to her.
What about the woman who played Simon?
No. Dude. Hela from Thor Ragnarok as Talia.
You mean literally Galadriel? You want Galadriel to play Hela?
She was evil in Thor Ragnarok, and I believed her being a bad guy. That could work.
She can pull it off. She can pull it off.
All right, who plays Alfred?
We already have an Alfred.
You have a solid Alfred. But
let's pretend that the DCU is right for casting. So we're basically taking Marvel actors and putting them in. All bets are off.
Well, in that case, we might as well
just Batman.
Henry Cavill as Superman. I'm keeping. Can we at least keep the Justice League characters?
I want Gal Gadot to be open. I want Wonder Woman to be open and Batman to be open.
No. We already have the perfect version of these characters, and I'm the host of this stream. I decide the rules. The Justice League will not be touched.
Okay, no. We're opening up Teen Titans. You got
Teen Titans is fine. Teen Titans is fine. I don't give a crap about Teen Titans.
Okay, so
Who plays Nightwing?
Tom
Holland.
Tom Holland could actually pull that off.
No.
Zendaya. No.
Zendaya's Raven.
No.
That's another ginger side. That's literally another ginger side.
But Raven's not a ginger.
Actually, Zendaya's Bumblebee or Rocket.
Yep.
But
Bumblebee or Rocket.
We're allowed. I say let's open it up to non-people who haven't shown movies. It has to be a DC character though.
Mm-hmm.
Just give us more options. Mm-hmm. So Zendaya is Rocket.
What about Mane Manos? Who would play Mane Manos?
I have no clue that is.
Manos?
The Speedster twins from Teen Titans 03. The positive and negative Speedster twins, the ones that were always holding hands in Teen Titans 03.
We might as well just cast Wally West in that case.
Okay, let's do a different type of twins. Who's playing the Wonder Twins?
Why are they showing up in this movie to begin with?
Because I wanted to piss you off, and so I wrote them into the script.
And then as studio executive, I would redline every part of it. You have to cut those characters out.
Except my wife is your boss. Congratulations, you're fired.
And my wife is her boss.
Wait. Who would play Azrael?
And my dad.
What? Who would play what?
Who would play Azrael?
Oh, that's a good one.
Batista.
No. Stop passing Batista. Hemsworth.
Actually, no. Solomon Grundy is played by Dave Batista.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Yes.
But I could see Hemsworth playing Azrael.
Yeah, he's got the look.
Actually, wait. Okay, hear me out on this. This is going to sound crazy, but hear me out on this for Azrael. Jeremy Renner. But remember how he played Ronin. Him in Avengers Endgame.
I see where you're going with this, but that would be maybe an old man Azrael.
Azrael's not exactly that young.
Actually, Oscar Isaacs is my pick for Ra's al Ghul.
No,
that's a horrible pick. No. It has to be Mads Mikkelsen as our Ra's al Ghul. We already established that.
Okay, fair enough. No, we're taking. I thought we were taking DC characters. Okay, fine. He was in Doctor Strange. Fine, whatever.
Yeah, he counts. He counts. He's in Doctor Strange.
I've been lawyered. Fine, I lawyered myself, but still. Where'd you put Benedict Cumberbatch?
Dr. Fate. Actually, no. I would keep what we have as Dr. Fate. That we can't take that away.
No, Dr. Fate would be too on point as well. Sorry.
What about Constantine? Benedict Cumberbatch, second to me, of course. Might pull a good Constantine.
It would be a good Constantine. I think he could do Constantine.
Okay, I could do that. I could see that.
I think because the role of Constantine is so different from Doctor Strange, I'd kind of allow it.
All right, question: who's playing Zatanna?
Haley Atwell.
If we're going with older,
okay, fine. What about the Black Widow actress? I can't remember her name.
Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
I could see Florence Pugh playing Zatanna more.
Scarlett Johansson, you say for like Black
Florence
Canary.
Pugh does have a good set of legs. I'll give her that much.
But actually, JJheat, it's interesting you said that because guess what? She's my pick for Black Canary, Scarlett Johansson.
Actually, I think Florence Pugh would be better for Black Canary.
Or
I'm sorry, but
Davey Impaler. Daddario.
Okay, that's well, Daddario. Okay, all right, so she hasn't really been a Marvel film, but since I love Daddario so much,
we're accepting that she's the exception to that rule because I think she would do very well as
I will say Florence Pugh. I think actually makes a better fit for Black Canary because like Black Canary kind of like the Black Canary has like kind of like the charm, the wit that Florence Pugh would be perfect for. I think
I'll give you that. I agree with
blonde hair. That's like honestly. I could like you put up the Black Canary outfit on Florence Pugh would look perfect.
And to be clear,
acting-wise, she's perfect.
Todd Middleton as the Riddler.
Who?
Loki as the Riddler.
Oh,
I can see that.
that works. But by the way, to be clear, we're not race or gender bending any characters.
Loki
Unless
as
the
Riddler.
actor's like really good.
Robert Downey Jr. is Two-Face.
Yeah.
He can pull it off. He can pull it off.
Okay, who plays the Joker? Which Marvel actor should play the Joker?
Oh, no, not the guy who played Thanos. No.
Ryan Reynolds.
I would have said honestly, you could have taken Loki and made him play the Joker.
Oh, Paul Bettany as the Riddler. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we have to watch them. By the way, Nick, watch them cast Paul Bettany as Red Tornado.
No, Robert Downey Jr. as the Mad Hatter.
Ooh.
Okay, that works. I'll go with that one.
I can see him doing that role pretty well.
All right. If we're recasting voice actors, who do you think should voice cast Darkseid?
Keep the guy you already have.
Yeah, I'd say keep Ray Porter. He pretty much was Darkseid.
Anthony Mackie as Cyborg.
Anthony Mackie as Cyborg could actually do really well, but we're keeping the Justice League actors. I already established this. Anthony Mackie could play Steel.
No.
That's a job for.
We're not doing Shaq. We're not doing Shaq.
War Machine. Oh. I was gonna say War Machine.
Oh, actually, that works really well.
Okay.
Who would Anthony Mackie play?
Batwing.
He's too skinny for Icon. He could do Batwing.
He's so he would pretty much like.
Go from
no, we are. For right now, we're keeping. I'll tell you what. No, Dylan O'Brien as Wally West. We'll go with Dylan O'Brien.
So in this situation, let's agree. We'll take a Marvel actor and put him as a Flash. Let's agree to that part.
Okay. I'll give you that one. Who would play the Flash? Now wait. Which Flash are we going with? Barry or Wally?
Barry.
All right, Barry. All right, we'll go Barry.
Okay.
Also, let's put Mira on the table as well.
Aquawoman. Okay.
Amelia Clark.
No. We need. We're doing Marvel. Remember?
I know. It's just this is so hard because we had such perfect actors playing these roles.
I will grant you this.
Actually, wait. Idris as Darkseid.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
I will grant you this though. Reverse Flash, Anthony Starr.
Anthony Starr. No, you're not. Yeah. You are not recast. You're not changing that. No.
I'm saying we can't. I'm agreeing with you.
I am emphasizing. Yeah, that's it. Yes. And by the way, Anthony Hopkins as Zeus. If we wanted to recast that role, that'd be hilarious.
No, Anthony Hopkins is Ares. I can see him doing Ares pretty good.
All right, now Nick, just for experiment purposes, if you were to cast a Marvel actor as Wonder Woman, who would you pick? Actually, at least, if we do a Squadron Supreme movie, I want all the Justice League actors to play their counterparts.
Yeah, you say that literally every stream.
Yeah, because it's important. But which Marvel actor would play Wonder Woman?
I know. I'm probably gonna get hate for this, but like Joss Whedon's pick was Kobe Smulders, and I think he would be a good Wonder Woman. I'm sorry,
Adriana
but
Palicki would be a better choice.
Well, she was the choice. She literally was the choice.
Yeah, I know. She would have been a better choice.
I don't know, because Wonder Woman is a role like you can't just put a hot girl in there and call it a day. You actually
and we're not going with anything suggested by Joss Whedon.
See, that's the problem for Wonder Woman because, like, I want to say,
Dave has actually a really good one. Anthony Hopkins as Highfather of the New Gods.
Ooh. Oh, that would be so meta.
That works. So anyway, in terms of Wonder Woman Marvel actors, I could see
Oh, what about
Kratos in a God of War movie?
Oh, Sif.
And God of War?
No,
as Wonder Woman.
Sif is Wonder Woman. There you go. She pretty much plays. She pretty much is playing Wonder Woman.
Actually, Girl? Also, JJheat, to answer your question, the guy who voice actor, the actual voice actor should play him because he was actually in Stargate SG-1, so he could actually do live action, and you just put the makeup on him. I'm sorry.
That's who?
As Kratos.
Okay, but well, yeah, keep him because 100%.
Plus, he's done live action. Like he was the guy from Stargate SG-1.
And every sentence he has to say, "Boy." Every sentence you have to fit that in. So anyway, by the way, Hawk Girl. Ooh.
Is this one? This one has to be white, correct?
No.
Yes, Shira Hall.
Okay, Shira Hall.
Zendaya.
Then who?
No, she's too young. Zendaya can't play Hawk Girl. What are you talking about?
What about Karen Gillan?
Okay.
So I'd say Karen Gillian.
Yeah.
She's my cast for Troya. Like if you're doing Titans, like you're gonna age him up a little bit.
But she has to have but here's the problem with that. She has to have chemistry with Wonder Woman.
Which is hard to do.
Well, if you're doing chemistry, that really puts a spanner in a lot of the casting, so I wouldn't really put that in there.
Here's an interesting one.
I don't know.
She can play Artemis.
What? Okay, we still agree on Eve Green as Poison Ivy, right?
Yes, we're not changing that.
Yeah.
That's too subtle to change. For the pun alone, we're not changing that. Who plays Huntress?
Keep the person you already had in Birds of Prey. The story was
actually
crap,
Karen Gillian could do Huntress.
Or Colby Smulders could play Huntress.
Yeah. Okay, so
but I think Karen Gillan could work really well for Hawkgirl because she basically the way she plays Nebula as like a ferocious fighter, that's Shira.
But could you see
Zoe Saldana? Zoe Saldana is Hawkgirl.
But we're doing white.
I don't.
We're established we're not race bending.
Because remember, in the Superman animated series episode, Lobo appears at the very end of Maximus' episode. Maximus' second appearance. Lobo appears at the very end.
Oh, Lobo. Who played Lobo? Robert Downey Jr.
No, Stallone. Sylvester Stallone.
Nah, Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, yep. He's got the chops. Yeah, he's got the size and the chops.
He can pull it off. He can pull it off.
He can pull it off.
Imagine if they announced Chris Hemsworth as actually playing Lobo.
Oh, that would be a big F you to Marvel.
I mean,
all right, like let's see this.
In all seriousness, Chris Hemsworth would actually be a good casting for Lobo. In all seriousness.
Okay, which which Marvel actor? All right, if we were to recast Superman.
Okay, Dave the Impaler has the best pick for Hawkgirl. I'm sorry.
Kristen Ritter.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. We're going.
Kristen Ritter has the sass to play Hawkgirl. I'm sorry.
Who plays Superman?
Henry Cavill.
Wait, if we can get Samuel L. Jackson and Nick Fury, who would he play?
Ooh, Amanda Waller's husband.
I'm sorry, but like,
no,
it's because then you'd have to have Sam Jackson get cuckolded by Amanda Waller, and that will not happen.
Can you imagine him being Jim Gordon and just sassing Batman all the time?
No, actually, if we're actually gonna do that,
Harvey Bullock.
That's race bending.
I know, but I was just making a joke on that one.
Okay, no, hold on. Samuel,
Icon. Like an older icon.
You wouldn't get a PG-13.
No, Idris Elba as Icon. You want Black Superman.
Okay, I'll go with that. He actually said in Fast and the Furious, I'm Black Superman.
You know that was improvised too. So.
I know that was improvised, and that is so good. And then The Rock, he really is Black Superman. By the way, would we keep The Rock as Black Adam?
Yeah, we're keeping that.
Mm-hmm. Who would Josh Brolin play?
Cable.
Who?
Okay, Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin is no, but I'm saying who would Josh Brolin play in the DC side?
Josh Brolin. Who was he? Who did he play in Marvel?
Josh Brolin was Thanos. And none of these options are good. Chris Pratt has to play Hal Jordan.
No, Deathstroke. He's playing. No, Josh Brolin is playing Deathstroke.
Yes. If we can't have
Metron,
I'll go with that one.
I can see him as Metron.
Yeah, maybe.
Or no. I got it. Wait. Paul Bettany is Metron.
Who?
Vision.
Oh.
I actually I think Sebastian Stan would be a good pick for Green Arrow.
Yes, and I would say Chris Pratt is Hal Jordan. He gets the swagger of Hal Jordan.
Okay.
And then for Superman, okay, they give him a wig, but Chris Evans. Because Captain America is basically Superman.
No, they color his hair black and they give him like the mullet.
Okay, that would actually be really cool. It's 90s Superman.
Who would play Connor Kent?
Oh, that would be Tom Holland.
As Connor Kent.
No, I thought we cast Tom Holland as Nightwing.
Oh, okay. There's not enough young actors in the MCU to do this, though.
Wait, wasn't there one kid in Iron Man 3? The one that everyone forgets about?
He doesn't get a Connor Kent. He doesn't give up Connor Kent advice. He can play John Kent.
The actress for Shuri is either going to play Rocket or Bumblebee.
Yes. Okay, I'm fine with that. Who would Kamala Khan play?
Who would be played by Kamala Khan? Oh,
yeah. I mean, who would she play? Who
Halo?
would? What?
Halo.
Okay.
That's like the only female Muslim character I could think of.
Who would Kate Bishop play on DC?
Batgirl.
Yes. I could see her playing Batgirl.
Plus, honestly, she looks like she's around the same age as Tom Holland. So if you wanted to do Batgirl, Nightwing, it's perfect.
But actually, if we were going with keeping the red hair, I would go with Emma Stone.
Sorry.
What? Sorry, as in you're cool with Emma Stone playing Batgirl?
I was just thinking of Emma Stone, so I was happy there for a moment.
And we're not casting Forger. We're not casting Forger. He wouldn't be a part of this universe.
No. And the only reason I brought in Young Justice is because Halo was the only female Muslim superhero I could think of.
She doesn't have to play a Muslim character, though.
No.
True.
Not Cassandra. Never mind.
I mean, if you wanted to make Cassandra Cain like Arabic, I could totally see. Oh, she could play Nissa.
Ooh, a younger Nissa.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I'll go with that.
Like you could have Talia be the adult and Nissa be kind of more teenage, young adult age. Kind of put her with like the Nightwing crowd. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be fine with that. No, Emma Stone is playing Batgirl.
Wait, if we're putting Nessa Al Ghul in this, who would play Damian Wayne?
No, but we're not doing. Oh yeah, but we've gone to just recasting Marvel actors as DC characters. We're done with New God stuff. So in fact, I'll change the banner.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Tevia, to answer to further your question, Forger is not even a well-known New God, so that's why I'm like, no, we're not even going to touch Forger. Who would play Enchantress, though? Would you keep who plays her in Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
No, because Cara Delevingne is not that good of an actor. Like, I mean, she looks good on screen, and her hips can move, but that's the extent of her skills.
Mm-hmm.
Release the haircut.
Release the haircut, yes.
Yeah, I would have someone else, like a better actress, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Would you keep Will Smith as Deadshot?
Yeah,
so... what? No, the guy who played Zemo is Deadshot.
No,
that's horrible.
No.
He's a lovable bastard.
No, but that's not Deadshot.
That's not Deadshot.
Okay, so if we're going Stargirl,
no, all right. The dude who plays the dude who plays the dude who plays Zemo is Dr. Psycho.
Yeah.
I was actually going to cast him as the Shade, from Stargirl.
But we're sticking with more well-known characters.
The Shade is pretty well known. Shade is B tier.
But in terms of like lovable bastard, he would be perfect for it. But like as Dr. Psycho, yeah, he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
He could do it. Ooh, Davey Baylor, Scarlett Johansson as the Enchantress.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine.
Who's Paul Rudd playing? Ambush Bug?
Yep.
No, it's too close to Ant-Man. But like,
no, you know who plays Ambush Bug? Louise.
Actually, yeah, that works.
Because it's basically him recapping the movies. And Ryan Reynolds, how great would it be if Ryan Reynolds all he plays is a Deathstroke cosplayer?
Too on the nose, but I get your point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Aaron Taylor Johnson is Deadshot.
I can see it.
Okay, I'm good with that. We'll do a couple more.
Peters as Spider-Man.
Actually, you know what? Okay, I could go. Well, we're doing to DC, dude. So why is Spider-Man in here?
Oh, frick! Sorry. Sorry, my mind went.
He could play Flash, even if it's not really like on the nose. He could play maybe like Wally.
Who would play? I really want to think about this one. Who would play Arsenal?
Ooh, I could see Aaron Taylor Johnson honestly playing Arsenal.
Yeah.
Or should we pick someone that's around the age? Are we keeping Jensen Ackles as Red Hood?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have to pick. So for someone to play Arsenal and also Starfire, we have to pick someone that's around the age of Jensen Ackles.
Well, to be fair, Jensen Ackles in his 40s, but he looks like he's in his early to mid 30s.
Jared Padalecki.
No.
Who?
No.
Let's
say an actor that looks like they're in their from like mid 20s to mid 30s. That looks like they can hang out in the age range. Because you got to admit, Jensen Ackles. If someone said he was 32, I'd believe you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so because even Jensen Ackles, he's kind of pushing 40. I think he's in his 40s, but he could play a 32-year-old. So you can have someone who's in their late 20s, early 30s, and it would be fine.
We'll do a couple more, then we'll call it. He's 44, by the way.
He looks 10 years younger, I gotta say.
Actually, you know what? Can we repurpose an extended DC actor?
Who?
Nightwing from Titans.
That's too easy.
He's a solid cast, though.
And also, that kind of goes beyond the purpose of the exercise.
Hang on.
Wouldn't that be kind of the same thing?
No, because that's a Green Arrow character.
The only similarity is they both have a metal arm. That's it.
Well, not in all continuities.
Okay.
That's really just a Young Justice kind of thing.
All right, Nick, I got a question for you. Which Marvel actress plays Stephanie Brown?
The one who plays
Haley Steinfeld could be a good pick for Stephanie Brown.
Actually, it's the woman who. What's the woman? The one who plays Betty Brant in the Home trilogy.
Oh, okay. You mean the blonde?
Yeah, she plays Betty Brant in Spider-Man Mythos. Was J. Jonah's assistant. She actually becomes an intern at the Bugle thing in the third movie. The character's name is Betty Brant. In the Raimi trilogy, she was played by Elizabeth Banks.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Hang on. Played by Angourie Rice.
Looks-wise, he's perfect, and acting-wise, because she's got kind of like that bubbly kind of thing, but she also kind of seems to have a bit of an intent. She could do I get the feeling she could do serious if she wanted to.
And by the way, here's who we're talking about, chat.
Yeah, that's my Stephanie Brown.
Yeah, that works. I like that. Who plays?
She was young enough to play set. Like I just think
Who plays Cassandra Cain?
Definitely not the girl from Birds of Prey. That's
no.
Is there any young Asian American actresses in the MCU? I'm trying to think.
Hardly.
No, we already cast spoiler.
What about the best friend from Shang-Chi?
Aquafina?
Kate?
No.
Marvel's Kate?
No.
That was like the first one I came to. I'm sorry.
That is a horrible choice.
All right, so we're doing let's see. Spoiler. No, the tits are too big. She wouldn't fit in the suit.
PG, Nick. That's a good question. Who would Kat Dennings play?
Poison Ivy?
No, Eva Green's playing Poison Ivy. We already got this.
Eva Green is Poison Ivy with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Excuse me, gentlemen.
He's gonna turn off his camera any moment. Then we're gonna start hearing some
He'll be in his bunk. He'll be in his bunk.
Yeah, to quote Jane from Firefly, we all know what he was doing in there.
I have no idea what you mean.
Yeah, we're gonna call it at one point because I'm getting sick. But I'll tell you, we'll do three more.
Bull crap.
We'll do three more. Okay, so we'll start with Cassandra Cain. Booster Gold. Ryan Reynolds.
Paul Rudd.
Actually, no. Paul Rudd's way better as Booster Gold. Yes, and Ryan Reynolds as Blue Beetle.
Ted Kord.
Ted Kord, Blue Beetle.
Who would you cast as Sinestro?
If we're talking Marvel actors. Actually, no, I can't do that. I would go with. Has Mark Strong played any Marvel characters?
Also, remember, the actresses for Rob Stark and Kit Harington were in Eternals, so they're fair game. Also, Angelina Jolie was in Eternals, so she's fair game as well.
There's not many Angelina Jolie could play, unless we're counting one of the theories.
Could Kit Harington play Constantine?
I'm already right here, so I don't see the point.
Well, obviously, we have our Constantine actor right there, but still.
Oh, bloody hell.
Angelina Jolie plays Vicky Vale.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see that. She's around Affleck's age, so I could see that.
Yeah, like if you want another romantic interest, he's perfect.
That's
like,
fine.
Honestly,
that's totally fine. I'm fine with that. I'm cool.
Either that or bring back Kate Beckett.
Wait. You know who she could play Angelina Jolie pretty well is Talia.
Where are you going?
She's Talia.
She could play a really decent Talia.
Yeah, she's got the acting skill for Talia. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. She has played very morally ambiguous characters before that kill people.
And that kind of like slice, like that's literally her shtick. It's like those like sexy temptresses.
Watch her insult. Watch her insult. That's Talia al Ghul.
Or Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like Tomb Raider. Literally, she can do Talia.
She's Talia.
Okay, for Superman 3, who would play Mr. Mitzelpeck?
I would have said Andrew Gilbert Godfrey, but he's since passed on. So
no, I mean if they can't get Carano, no, I can't see her playing as Barda. No, she's Talia, Dave. She's Talia. Who's Daniel Bruhl?
I know he would make a good Sinestro. I will give Dave that.
Rob Stark could play Hank Henshaw, Cyborg Superman.
Maybe.
All right. Who would be a good Sinestro though?
Same guy from Green Lantern 2011?
Ooh, I got it. Who was the dude that played that? Okay, hang on. I need this dude's name. Okay, so who was that supported? Who was the character in Guardians of the Galaxy that went, who?
Oh, him. Yeah, he's already in DC. He's the wizard from DC.
Oh, dang it. Damn it. Because it has to be someone that could play off of Chris Pratt. Because remember, Chris Pratt's playing Hal Jordan.
Baron Zemo actor could do it, yeah.
He could actually do a fairly decent Sinestro.
Maybe the petty aspect, but not. If we're talking, not exactly menacing.
I will say, if we're talking Game of Thrones, the Roose Bolton actor would make a great Sinestro.
Wait, Nick, I got a perfect one for you. Are you ready? All right, Bradley Cooper as Dexter.
Yep. Though I would prefer Jack Black.
See, the Dexter doesn't really talk.
No, but we make it so he talks.
No, that ruins it. I'm sorry.
Jack Black.
They changed Groot. They changed Groot.
Okay. Who plays Atrocitus?
Oh, that's a good question. That would be an interesting Brolin character.
I want to say Idris Elba.
Yeah, I can see that. You get on me for casting.
Idris Elba is everything.
Now, don't get me wrong. He is perfect for everything. He is literally the perfect actor. I get it, JJheat. You can put him in everything, but quit playing on easy mode. Quit pressing that easy button. You're using the get out jail free card way too many times. I'm taking that away. I'm taking that card away from you.
This is a horrible choice, but Mark Ruffalo as Atrocitus.
No.
It would be an atrocity. So no.
Yeah, I know. I said it was a horrible choice.
Yes, him playing Atrocitus would be an atrocity.
Then Diesel is Atrocitus?
All right. Hear me out on this. All right. Christian Bale.
Too much of a method actor.
He actually paints his skin red and gets a red ring.
Actually,
Oh.
Yep.
Carl Urban is playing Guy Gardner.
No. He could do both, but I could see him more as Atrocitus. Oh gosh.
Okay, who plays Guy Gardner?
That's a good question. Let's pick that. It has to be honestly, that would also be a good Robert Downey Jr. role. Because he's just playing a drunk asshole.
I can see it.
All right, who plays Carol Ferris?
That's a good question. It has to be someone that I can play off of Chris Pratt.
Haley
Who played Gamora?
Stop casting Haley Atwell. Zoe Saldana.
No, but to be fair, she would make a good Carol Ferris.
No, she would be Lois Lane.
No.
Actually, yeah.
Nick's got me on that one.
Yeah.
Hey, democracy.
Democracy. She is now our Lois Lane. Suck it, JJheat.
Hey, hurts, doesn't it, when you're on the
I am
other
this
side?
close to recasting you as Constantine. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
That works.
Can I just say Dave is on fire with his casting?
Dave, you are doing really well with castings there. Who does Bradley Cooper play if we're not making him play Dexter the cat? He plays Ambush Bug?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Who would Vin Diesel play?
I'll tell you one thing, mate. I'm always the Black Constantine.
Oh, I know who Vin Diesel would play.
If we ever do a bridge series and you're playing that, you got to put that line in.
Yeah, no, but how about this? Vin Diesel as Sinestro.
Has potential.
Evil British person.
No, but here's the key part. He could actually it fits him because one of Sinestro's motivations is family.
Yeah, but like
a perfect script.
When I think of Sinestro, I think of like menacing evil British voice.
I'll tell you what, we're keeping Mark Strong. How's that? We're making another exception.
No, the actor who plays Roose Bolton on Game of Thrones.
We're doing Marvel actors.
I'm making an exception.
Let's expand. Hear the man.
Hang on. All exceptions have to be approved by me since I'm the channel host.
But you got to admit, Roose Bolton, the actor who plays him, he's got that voice.
I haven't watched Game of Thrones, so I don't know that.
You know,
I have no interest in Game of Thrones.
At least watch House of the Dragon.
I'll try it. How's that? But my point is,
what I'm saying is, if you're going to watch Game of Thrones, I recommend you just watch House of the Dragon because that just has one season. It's like eight or 9 episodes, and then that's it. And then it's a prequel, so you don't have to worry about the continuity of Game of Thrones. You don't even have to worry about that. It's 9 episodes.
I'll think about it.
Christopher Escalon as Sinestro.
Who did he play? Who did he play in Marvel?
He was a dark elf.
Okay. Actually, the dude who played Malekith would actually be pretty good.
Yeah.
That was Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah. I was about to say, wait a second, he would actually be really good. Again, Daisy and Taylor.
I guess you could say Christopher Eccleston would destroy it.
Roll the clip.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have to. Where is that? All right.
Oh, Moses, smell the roses.
You do get my joke, though, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He played Destro in G.I. Joe.
All right. So
that's the joke.
I think that's a good place to leave it before we get even more crazy. So before we sign off, Nick, you have any Screecher updates you want to talk about?
It's I'm waiting for it to get printed. It's going to take roughly about 2 weeks or so. I put it in. It'll be a week ago. It'll be a week tomorrow. So, might have something. Might have an update next week. But hopefully by the week out, hopefully by not next week's episode, but the week after that, I should have something. But it's just waiting for it to get printed. That's really where I'm at right now. So
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Yes, Jared, we know you're a big deal. We're literally in your stream right now. We get it. You're awesome.
It's morphin' time.
All right, so we're gonna so we're gonna end it by the three of us in unison going. It's morphin' time. Are you ready?
Wait. Let's do the animal thing. I call Triceratops. What do you guys pick yours?
I go Dragonzord.
All right, I'll do Tyrannosaurus. Are you ready?
Ready. Oh, and then we go Tyrannosaurus, Dragonzord, Triceratops.
All right.
Wait. One.
Tyrannosaurus always goes last.
Yeah.
Then fine.
Nick?
Then fine. Dragonzord, Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus. That's the order they go in.
All right, you ready? Okay. 3,
right.
2, 1, go.
It's morphin'
time.
Dragonzord.
Triceratops.
Tyrannosaurus. That worked really well. Good. All right.
I really wish I had my morpher on me.
I'll tell you what. At some point, we'll buy morphers, and what we can do is we'll make like a compilation video of us going. It's morphin' time, and then I'll splice together the clips of us with the morphers of you going like Dragonzord, you going Triceratops, and me going Tyrannosaurus, and we'll put it on one video, and I'll like VFX it up.
See, the problem is I don't have the Triceratops coin anymore, so I know I do have the Mastodon.
Order it off Amazon.
If I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna get like the replica or whatever, the metal coin. But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But anyway, it's you know what I'm talking about, right? That'd be really cool. Mm-hmm. We could do that. We could get like a bunch of other people who have been on the channel to do it, so we can have the full lineup.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so on that note, everyone, hope you guys enjoyed this special episode of Movie Night. Remember, next week we're covering Dark Knight Returns. It may be on a Sunday again, but I should have a more solid day for it by, I'd say, Wednesday. Be on the lookout for my video tomorrow where I talk about, actually, honestly, here's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow's going to have two pieces of content. One is going to be the Jason did David Frank clip that I'm actually going to premiere as a video. And then it's going to be a video that's examining a Screen Rant article that Tevia sent me talking about Superboy John Kent. What's up, Nick?
Also, don't forget tomorrow the video, the 4th episode of the Avatar rewatch between me and Jared will be going live. We're actually going to be recording it right after this show. So yeah.
All right, and JJheat, you got anything coming up?
Mostly just be on the lookout for more content. The first Soul Tour is coming out soon. I'm also going to start Jedi Knight this week, and hopefully I can start a podcast with you guys on my channel.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, just let me know.
All right, stay heroic, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Excelsior!
Wait, no, wrong one. Excelsior!